feel comfortable with them, including Trevor, right? He hit the ball hard the other day when he came off the bench, and hopefully we can continue. Obviously, a different pitching staff, a staff that is going to challenge us to stay in the... we got hit. So Toro got hit. Never mind.
I'll edit it out. Don't worry.
They're going to challenge us to stay in the zone. They get ahead, and then after that, they expand. They live in the edges, so hopefully we can, slow it down and put good at-bats against them.
An environment like this, we've all been here a lot of times, you as a player and a manager, with a young group, it could kind of go a lot of different ways, couldn't it? Couldn't this galvanize your team to say, us against the world, let's prove it to these guys?
We don't see it that way, but I think the energy will be great for them. One of the things that we've done the last few years, we put pressure on them. We do. But for that to happen, we got to get on base. But you look at what we did with them last year or in the early part of the season. We were running first to third, scoring from first, stealing bases. So hopefully we can do that this weekend.
We were talking to Aaron Boone before the game about Carlos Narvaez, and he said, our catching production factory basically is pumping them out, and you guys are the beneficiary of that. I mean, Carlos Narvaez comes back here, plays in a big league game for the first time against the club that brought him up. How impressed have you been with Carlos?
He's been great. Offensively, defensively, game planning. A guy that early on, he was going to probably play twice a week, and now he's playing every day. And it's a combination of a lot of things, and this is how the business works, right? There was an opportunity for him to play every day, and he took the baton and ran with it, and he's doing an amazing job.
I know you've talked about his number one job being preventing runs, and God, he does that. He frames, he blocks, he does all that stuff. He calls games beautifully. But don't you think on your club, maybe other than Rafi right now, he's got the best approach where he takes shots early and then he's willing to just do what is given to him late in counts?
Yeah, that comes natural for him. He has that swing, that inside-out swing that it benefits him with two strikes. And you see him trying to pull the ball, right? And then with two strikes, he controls the strike zone and he goes the other way. And he's worked so hard the last few years, kind of like grooming his swing to the big league game. And, this year he's been outstanding.
Throughout his career, Walker Buehler has responded in the biggest moments. And obviously he had one right here last October. What do you expect from him to channel that adrenaline?
Yeah, just go out there and perform. That's why he's done. And we need him to go deep into the game. And he did it in Atlanta. Although the line wasn't great, he went deep into the game and helped us save the bullpen. So just go out there, compete with them. He loves this environment, and it should be fun.
You and I have talked so much about Barry Bonds. I mean, you saw him up close and personal. I did too. Aaron Judge is entering that sort of category right now. Do you manage any differently than you have in years past with how hot he is in certain situations to just not let him beat you?
I think we've done it throughout the years, and we'll pick and choose. We've been able to attack him and also, make sure he's at first base when the game is on the line. So the game will dictate what we do. I live for experience. If you play that game of walking a guy over and over and over again, it's gonna hurt you, and all depends on the score and all that stuff. Somebody else might have to beat us, but throughout the seasons we've been able to pitch to him, and he's hit a few, right? But the most important thing here, you got to get the people in front of him out. That's the key, is not getting him out. You have to get the leadoff hitter out, the ninth hitter out, the eighth hitter out. We haven't done a good job of that throughout the season, and most of the time they cash in.
Angelica and the Twins come to New York on the off day. What was the highlight of the day off for the Cora family?
Aladdin, that was amazing. The genie was great. He was amazing, bro. That guy, amazing.
Are they willing to sit through a 3-hour show? They're good?
Yeah, they're good. They loved it, and we had a great time. It's a great city. We enjoy it, and that was a great show.
We appreciate it so much. Good luck tonight, Alex.
Thank you, Will.
Nice to hear Alex Cora and his family having some fun. Again, we're hoping to have some fun tonight when we get things rolling. Our scheduled start time now pushed back.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Okay, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos leyendo.
Nine innings, which is the second best mark in baseball. Red Sox can capitalize against the Yankees starter in this one. Coming up next, we will get you the lock of the game presented by Interlock Roofing. We'll get you a Subaru of New England scoreboard update as well. And then on top of that, we'll hear from Carlos Narvaez, who speaks on his return to Yankee Stadium for the first time as a visitor. Again, Sox versus Yankees coming up eventually at Yankee Stadium, but right now we are in a rain delay in the Bronx. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
A little love goes a long, long way.
Introducing the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Explore up to 581 miles on a single tank in our most fuel-efficient Forester ever, with a self-charging battery for uninterrupted adventure. A little love goes a long way in the Subaru Forester Hybrid, starting at $34,995.
A little love goes a long, long way.
Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
Hey, Boston, think you know a perfect game day? Maybe it involves another championship win? Well, City Cruises takes your ship to the next level. From delicious dining on the harbor to whale watching, from the wild ride of Codzilla to celebrations and family outings. We have adventures for everyone. So, what kind of ship is this? A shipload of fun. City Cruises in Boston, proud partner of the Red Sox. Upgrade your perfect day at citycruises.com.
Caring for an aging loved one can be overwhelming, especially when you don't live close by. If you have family in New York, you should know about River Spring Living. Set on a 32-acre campus along the Hudson River, there are plenty of chances to engage in activities, wellness programs, and so much more, dedicated to making everyone feel right at home. Come and see firsthand what makes life at River Spring Living special. Visit riverspringliving.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or on third-party delivery platforms.
Red Sox fans like to ride in style. Well, Ford has an exciting lineup of stylish but capable vehicles to choose from, like Ford Explorer with seating for 7, and the rugged Ford Bronco family with GOAT modes to handle any terrain. And then there's Ford F-Series, the best-selling truck for 48 straight years, and the official truck of your Boston Red Sox. So join the winning team at your New England Ford dealers. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 CY total sales.
It's baseball season in New England. Sox fans emerge from hiding, their instincts roused by a call.
Hot dogs here!
They roost between Lansdowne and Jersey Street, their primitive chants heard for miles.
Let's go, Red Sox!
Colorful creatures, aren't they? To witness these traditions is truly remarkable.
Sox fan traditions are in bloom, and so is our devotion. Mass Mutual, official partner of the Red Sox. Learn more at massmutual.com/Red Sox.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. The Sox are going up against the Yankees in the Bronx, but the start time to tonight's game, unknown as of now. We are officially in a rain delay to start off tonight at Yankee Stadium. We originally were set for 7:05, but we do not know the start time yet. Hopefully we get that to you eventually, but the tarp is on the field right now in New York. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios, and we have a lot to get to here in our final segment of the Mass Mutual pregame show, but I had a chance to catch up with Carlos Narvaez at Fenway Park before the Sox made their way to New York. And Narvaez, he played a short amount of time with the Yankees last year, and of course he was traded in the offseason from the Yankees to the Red Sox, and he's obviously been awesome for this Red Sox team. Defensively, one of the best catchers in Major League Baseball, even as an official rookie this year. But he's also provided some thump offensively as well. 288 average, 356 on base percentage, 456 slugging percentage. He's also hit for some pop as well with 5.
Won a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field
upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just mailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
And the hope is that they do find a way to win tonight's game and start putting it together consistently, beginning here against the Yankees. Great to catch up with Carlos Narvaez, who has just been awesome for this team so far this year. I also asked him about making his debut last year and what it was like in that moment, and being able to recollect that one time that every major leaguer gets, being a big leaguer for the first time. And he got a hit in his first at-bat against the Tampa Bay Rays at Yankee Stadium, and he said he still had goosebumps talking about it. So he's back at Yankee Stadium as a visitor. Once again, he's hitting cleanup tonight for the Red Sox here in the series opener in the Bronx. And every game we have the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today. And the question is, of the upcoming 6 matchups with the Yankees in the next 10 days, how many do the Red Sox need to win to stay in it? So the options are 2-3, 4-5, or all 6. And you can answer that on our X account at Sox Booth. Again, that is the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Of the upcoming 6 matchups for the Yankees in the next 10 days, how many do the Red Sox need to win to stay in it? And they do need these wins because they're already in the spot that they're in, 30-34 in the season, 9.5 games back of New York for the top spot in the American League East. All right, let's get you the lock of the game now, presented by Interlock Roofing. Never re-roof again, NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. And I got to go with Rafael Devers in this one because he has such a good history against the Yankees. I've rattled it off a couple times over the last 2 seasons how well he's done, hitting .385 with 9 home runs. But you look at his career against the Yankees, he's hit 28 home runs. That leads all active players. And so I'm going to go out on a limb on this one and actually say my lock of the game for Rafael Devers is he's going to hit a home run tonight. That's just me putting it out there. Sometimes I go a little aggressive on these, and why not? If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. But that's my lock of the game. Rafael Devers going deep here in the series opener. Time now for the Subaru of New England scoreboard update. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And what is happening around the American League East later tonight, you got the Blue Jays going up against the Minnesota Twins. That's an 8:10 start time. The Blue Jays have actually played really well, 16-9 over their last 25 games, but they'll be taking on Minnesota in Minnesota in that one. The Blue Jays 33-29 on the year. They're 5.5 games back of New York for the top spot in the American League.
Like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here. Like, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
That's an 8:10 start time. Milwaukee's the hottest team in baseball. They are at 9-1 over their last 10 games. Then St. Louis at home against the Dodgers. That is an 8:15 start time. The Mets are taking on the Rockies at 8:40. And then Seattle is on the road against the Angels. That's a 9:38 start time. Final game on the slate that I haven't mentioned, San Francisco at home against the Braves, who have lost 4 in a row. And we just got some word from Yankee Stadium that first pitch is now scheduled for 7:30. So we do know our first pitch start time to tonight's ball game between the Sox and the Yankees. So a short delay. We were set to get rolling at 7:05, and instead, we're going to be doing it 25 minutes later in terms of first pitch. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Before we go, a couple of injury updates for you. Alex Bregman began his running progression yesterday, so that's a really good sign. Cutter Crawford was checked out in Boston after experiencing wrist pain. He has no structural damage, and he returned to Fort Myers, where he is expected to throw a bullpen session over the weekend. And unfortunately, Tanner Houck is still not throwing off a mound yet. But we're getting you set. Again, we're now 35 minutes out from first pitch. Red Sox versus Yankees at Yankee Stadium. We're going to send it out to Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks to set the scene for you tonight. But you've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Big thank you to Joe Braverman. I'm Joe Weil. Hang tight. The Red Sox are going to be coming up in about 30 minutes. Red Sox Yankees on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy or
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started to cook with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people. And this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
Buy bigger shorts. Make that pledge, then call Awaken 180 and make the most out of this summer and every summer after that. Free support for life, the backbone of Awaken 180, and the reason I chose the solution for weight loss. Give them a call, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads. No. T-shirt cannon. I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is Red Sox Baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win on a wall double by Devers. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Nomo has pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
Devers is home.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
If you were to find a jersey or if you swap a jersey, one of the players on the National League, who would it be? Who would you pick?
Okay, so I got an Ohtani jersey last year, so
Nice.
I'm gonna probably say Harper.
Maybe Judge. He's one of the greatest to play the game in the last 5, 6, 7 years, so it'd be cool to have his jersey.
Ellie's been fun to watch. Ellie'd be a cool one. I mean, his jersey would probably be too big for me. It'd probably go down to my knees.
New York Yankees. We're going to be a little delayed tonight. There was heavy rain for about an hour here in the borough of the Bronx, and the Red Sox and the Yankees will start this game at 7:30, and when they do, the Red Sox looking to jumpstart a disappointing season. The Yankees a season-best 15 games over 500 and 9.5 games clear of the Boston Red Sox in the American League East. The Sox come in just looking for any kind of momentum, 4 games below 500. Tonight, the Red Sox will hand the baseball to a man who's got very good memories of the last time he was in this ballpark. Walker Buehler, who recorded the final out of last fall's World Series, takes the ball for the Red Sox, and he'll be opposed by Will Warren, who is a high upside but sometimes erratic young hard-throwing right-hander for the Yankees. Along with Will Middlebrooks, I'm Will Fleming. Again, we will start at 7:30, and we'll really ramp it up before the actual first pitch, Will, but you and I both felt it walking into this building. This has been such a disappointing season for the Red Sox. You've lived it as a player walking into this building, now as a broadcaster who rides the ups and downs of this season. This has not gone the way that the Red Sox have wanted. We could have never imagined when we left Fort Myers that the Red Sox would start this series 9.5 back of the Yankees. And it strikes me that this is a real opportunity to try to jumpstart something here.
Yeah, that's it. It's an opportunity to try to make up some ground in this division, but you said it. You felt it this morning. It's something about this rivalry that is still alive. You wake up, the players feel it, we feel it, the fans feel it. There's something in the air, whether it's here or in Boston at Fenway. It's just different, and the players know that. There's some young guys here experiencing it for the first time. I'm excited to see some baseball. We'll see what happens.
We'll be about 25 minutes late this evening to have a ball game, the Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Sox are going in the Friday Road Reds above Gray Pants, and the Yanks, of course, will go in the home white pinstripes. Did you feel extra adrenaline on these New York days?
Yeah, you wake up, it's a little earlier. The coffee tastes better. You don't necessarily need a kick because you get it, naturally waking up knowing you get to come here and enemy territory, right? And the fans are on you. It's like every pitch weighs more. It almost feels like a playoff game, even though we're in June, even though, like you said, things have not gone well for this team. You know they're going to be up for this tonight.
The Yankees in the World Series last year lost to the LA Dodgers and on track for another wonderful season. They're high-flying, they're rolling. Aaron Judge, I think, is the best player in baseball. I mean, I know Ohtani is a unicorn, but what he has done to this franchise has elevated them to a totally different level. As long as they've got Judge, they're right there.
Yeah, he's it's scary to have to deal with him in the lineup at any point in the game. And he brings out the best around other guys. You're seeing Paul Goldschmidt kind of come back to life after what seeming like after his last couple years in St. Louis was probably on done. Well, here he is swinging the bat really well. Jazz Chisholm, Volpe. I mean, the LeMahieu kind of coming to life of late. Yeah, it's a good team. They haven't scored a lot of runs over the last month, but they can pitch. Boy, can they pitch.
That's been the story for them. The Red Sox get a break because Max Fried pitched yesterday, and he was brilliant. I mean, they got the finale.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
He throws it more than anything else, and that's the pitch the Boston Red Sox have not found an answer for yet this season. They demolish off speed, but teams are starting to learn that, and they are beginning to throw them more and more fastballs up in the zone. They will have to make an adjustment, or they're not going to touch Will Warren.
Injury report brought to you by Catchus Law Group, champions for the injured, with more than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. We said it 5 days ago that Alex Bregman recovering at warp speed. He started to sprinkle some crumbs to all of us lately that he thinks that his return date is going to be way ahead of what they initially thought.
I don't want to get too excited about that because sometimes in recovery, especially when you're looking at big muscles like quads and hamstrings and things like that, you start feeling better, but you can't really duplicate game speed. So you start to feel a lot better in everyday activities in your rehab. And look, I've been through these with calves and hamstrings and things like that. Is you feel really good. And I want to believe it. I hope he's back in 7 weeks instead of 12. I really do, because the team needs it, the city needs it, the organization needs it. But I'm going to hold my breath on that until I know for sure, because until he can get out there and run full speed, we really won't have that answer.
Well, he did run today, not full speed. He had a bat. He swings every once in a while now for the Red Sox. And, of course, he's such a fierce competitor. He's going to imagine the best and hope for the best. Boy, could the Red Sox use him soon. So, anyhow, Cutter Crawford is going to be back on a mound. He's down at Fort Myers. The Red Sox, it's back into where we were, I feel like, sort of without any real inside knowledge, back to kind of late March, early April with Cutter. He had a setback, and so I don't know that there's a lot of confidence as much as there was even a week ago.
Well, here's the thing is I don't know how the Slayton injury doesn't seem too bad. I feel like that might be minimum IL stint for him, but I like Whitlock and more of a one-inning type guy. And what if Cutter Crawford can get back a little faster and he's a 2-inning bullpen arm? Chris Well can be your long guy, and that not only does that give you another good arm in the pen, but it gives you an opportunity to get him back sooner because you don't have to build him up to be a starter.
Marcelo Myers going to get his first taste of a rivalry, I'm sure, as a young kid. Even in California, he's probably into Padres, Dodgers, and maybe even Cardinals, Cubs. But anybody who plays and loves baseball knows that this is the premier rivalry in our sport, and Myers going to get his first taste of that. He's the third baseman, and to his left, Trevor Story plays shortstop. David Hamilton gets a start. He's been good, and of course, the short porch here in right field is a big factor, and Campbell just continues to struggle. The first baseman tonight, speaking of the short porch in right, is Abraham Toro. The outfield anchored by Cedon, and then in left field, Duran. Right field, of course, Wilyer Abreu. And we'll talk all night and all weekend long about Carlos Narvaez. He is behind the dish for the Red Sox. Baldwin Group Defensive Alignment, brought to you by Baldwin Group Insurance, Employee Benefits, and Wealth Management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible. Well, we are now about 18 minutes away from first pitch. We're going to step aside to have Joe Weil have some more pregame thoughts. We'll get it a little bit about 7:21, 22, give you the anthem, the starting lineups, and then we'll build the energy as this place, the house that Jeter built, starts to fill in here in the Bronx. It's the Red Sox and the Yankees, sort of a crossroads moment for the Sox. 6 of their next 9 are against these New York Yankees. Joe Weil will take it away. We'll be back in New York. First pitch, 7:30. More pregame coverage coming at you next on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
All right, thanks, Will Fleming, and we will get you some baseball coming up in roughly 50 minutes, as Will just said, at Yankee Stadium. So a delayed start, only 25 minutes, but this is with the new schedule and the way it goes. You know, we've been anticipating Red Sox Yankees all season long, and now we finally get it here in early June. So Joe Weil with you, Dan Ball hanging out with me
Joe.
In studio as we again continue to get you set here for the greatest rivalry in sports. And you know, Dan, those guys, you know, Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks, they were just talking about it. I hit on this in pregame as well. You did circle this matchup in early June, and at the beginning of the season, I was circling it saying, boy, this is going to be a great standings-related game. Obviously, from a history standpoint, this is such a fun matchup. But coming into the season, looking at this specific series at Yankee Stadium, I was starting to daydream about where the Red Sox would be in the standings and then where the Yankees would be. And I was thinking these two teams are going to be at the top of the division. That's obviously not the case going into this one.
It certainly felt like it could be the measuring stick between two teams that at the outset of the season we thought would be a couple games from each other in the American League East at very most. And however you wanted to order that, Yankees had a very successful offseason of their own. If they were leading a division that they've been dominating the last half decade or so, then you wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I had those same expectations, and I think national television did as well. You had MLB Network and then Fox and then ESPN for Sunday Night Baseball all lining up to cover this series. And unfortunately for fans that are listening to this edition of Sox Talk, the Yankees have lived up to their end of the bargain, and the Red Sox have just had a number of head-scratching, extremely close, hard-fought losses that leave you in kind of a make-or-break situation going into this weekend.
Yeah, and it was nice to see this team win on Wednesday, even though it was a crazy game. And Cedon Rafaela walks it off on literally the shortest walk-off home run in the StatCast era, so that's going back to 2015. But this team is 30-34 coming in. The Yankees 38-23. So the Sox are 9.5 games back. And, there's a lot of reasons why the Sox are in the position that they're in. We know this team leads Major League Baseball in errors. We know about the one-run losses, 17 of them coming into tonight. And then on top of that, you have the pitching inconsistencies. And then on the other side for the Yankees, Dan, I'll be quite honest from the Yankees standpoint. You and I had done some shows in the offseason talking about the Red Sox and our high expectations for this year. With the Yankees, I really thought they would take a step back. Not to say that they were going to be below 500, but they lose Juan Soto, who is a generational superstar, and yet their plan B guys like Max Fried and Cody Bellinger have really stepped up. Devin Williams has been better as of late, although I feel like when he's in that closer's role, he's still shaky. So if we get into a late game situation, the Sox can take advantage of that. But as I mentioned, those two guys, Aaron Judge has been incredible. Their homegrown guys have even stepped up as well. I am a little surprised it's gone this well for the Yankees, even though they've been one of the more consistent teams in recent years.
I mean, if you look at all of those headlines you just mentioned. All right, let's take Garrett Cole out of the equation from a team that went to the World Series last year. Let's take Juan Soto out of it. Let's now take Luke Weaver out of the back end of their bullpen.
And no Luis Gil either, too.
100%.
Rookie of the year.
And let's say we're going to try to recreate all of those players in the aggregate. How many times does trying to bring in 2 or 3 players to replace the production of a Juan Soto work? Very, very seldomly, but credit where credit is due. They identified, it seemed like high character guys, a lot of veterans that have kind of added an extra oomph into this lineup. So very impressed to see what they've done to this point.
Paul Goldschmidt's had a really nice season. Cody Bellinger, he's been right around where I think I expected him to be, but Trent Grisham has also had a really nice season. So I think one of the big question marks I have coming into this series is how the Sox are going to pitch against the Yankees, because there's an argument to be made that the Yankees are the best offense in the American League. And I will say this, Alex Cora had a really interesting pregame comment ahead of Wednesday's game against the Nationals, in which he was asked about the Yankees. And I want to just preface this by saying I don't think this was a dig. I just think it was just stating the actual fact of things. And essentially, I'm paraphrasing what he was talking about, but he did give a lot of credit to the Yankees on their pitching side of things. And this is a team, this Yankees team, has been dealt some big injuries on that front. You lose Garrett Cole for the season. You don't have Luis Gil, 2 guys that were starters for this team in the World Series last year.
Right.
And yet their pitching program has gotten their team ERA right around 3.60 for the year. The starters have been right around 3.50. Like, they've figured it out on that end, whereas the Red Sox, as we know, especially from a starter standpoint, they have really struggled outside of Crochet.
It's on both sides of that, what they've been able to do to salvage the contract of Carlos Rodon. I don't think anybody had that penciled in
year
2025.
Was atrocious for him.
It was. There was progress, but it was still inconsistent. You'd have a hot month and then a cold month for him. To make something out of Clark Schmidt into an everyday, every fifth starter, Will Warren, as somebody who's come up through their pipeline, to be somebody who's filled in admirably for Luis Gil. What they've done on a side of the ball that was seemingly perennially inconsistent, I'm very impressed by. And for the Red Sox, you have to get through those first innings, Joe. That is just the end of the conversation for me. You have an ERA in the mid-6s in that first inning. It drops down to about a 2.5 ERA in the second inning, so you kind of regain your balance on the balance beam, so to speak, in that second inning. But so many times this offense has been put behind, and then you end up taxing your bullpen in these high-leverage games. It just hasn't been a mix that's been working very clearly based on that record.
Yeah, and just to get out on that tough front, as you mentioned, the first inning note, it's putting them just behind so many times. They were able to work their way out of it and win that crazy game a couple days ago, but more times than not, when they fall behind, they end up losing these games. So this is a big start for Walker Buehler. I mean, it's going to be a hostile environment. He can more than handle that. He's shown that in so many postseason starts. And, of course, in New York, not only in the Bronx, he did it in Queens, too, in the NLCS. So we know he can handle it. But I do think that side of things really needs to start to figure it out, because this is what Craig Breslow and Andrew Bailey, they were known for. They were known for what they can do to fix pitchers, coming into their tenures within the Red Sox. And again, they're maybe flashes from guys. I mean, we saw it from Tanner Houck last year, specifically in the first half. Crochet's been really good, but he was also really good in the first half of last year. Everybody else right now is a question mark. And I want to see it from Walker Buehler tonight because he knows this is a big start. He knows this is a big series for his team.
He emphasized his velocity, the fact that he was getting his fastball up to 96 miles an hour, and how encouraged he was by how hard he was throwing the ball. So I'd like to see that fastball continue to be a bit more electric than it was at the beginning of the season. And to your point, you are running out of time for this pitching lab to show the dividends, to pay the dividends off for both Breslow and Bailey. So no better time than the present in a rivalry game and a chance to kind of regain some of the favor from your fan base to go out to the Bronx and do it here this evening.
And the good news is you do have Garrett Crochet going tomorrow, so you feel good about tomorrow's game. But it'd be great to see the Sox get off on the right foot in this series. If you're just joining us now and wondering why there isn't baseball, we were scheduled for a first pitch of 7:05, delayed to 7:30, so we're only roughly 8.5 minutes away from first pitch at Yankee Stadium. We are finally about to get rolling for Red Sox versus Yankees. Sox went 6-7 against the Yankees last year, looking for a W in the Bronx. And again, it's Walker Buehler on the mound for Boston, Will Warren on the other side for the New York Yankees. Dan, thanks for coming back.
Hey, my pleasure, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Short chat, but fun. I'm Joe Weil. Thanks for listening to our pregame coverage. When we come back, we're going to send it out to Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks for the beginning of today's game, Sox and Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Back right after this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Mark, the owners of Reliable Fence, New England's leading fencing company.
We're a family-owned business that has delivered unbeatable value for over 70 years. Gramps thought that if he gave the best customer service with the best fence product, people would notice. And they have, with a 4.7-star Google rating from over 650 reviews.
That's right, Mike. Our high-quality fences protect and beautify your property, and always at a fair price. Plus, our dedicated year-round staff is always here for all your needs.
And right now, you can save big with our annual Spring Into Savings sale, where you'll save 20%.
If you've been thinking about getting a new fence or replacing an old one, now is the perfect time to take advantage of our awesome Spring Into Savings sale and save 20%.
Just go to ReliableFencing.com. That's reliable, FENCING.com for the best fence around.
Reliable Fence.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
For the best deal on tires, head to Town Fair Tire. We beat every competitor every day on every tire. Tire dealers, we beat them. Clubs, we beat them. Online prices, we beat them. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Well, nothing quite like it. A Friday night in the Bronx, the Red Sox and the Yankees. Aside from the records, man, this is fun to be here in New York as the Red Sox really, on some level, they can't say they're looking to save their season this early. It's June the 6th, but they're certainly looking to give it a little life. I mean, they're 9.5 games out. I think certainly it's fair to say, Will, that over the next 9 days in which the Red Sox will play the Yankees 6 times, if they have even the faintest dream of competing for the American League East, they got to win those 6 games.
Well, the thing is, you're looking for a spark, and necessarily looking to save your season, quote unquote. But you know what? If you play 6 bad games against these guys, you can feel like you lose your season. So you got to have some good ball games here, that's for sure.
And by the way, I meant win that 6-game series. You don't have to win all 6 of them to have a chance at the AL East.
You feel like you need it, though, at this point, right?
The Red Sox and the Yankees. Will Warren is about to lead them out onto the diamond. Will, how about tonight's starting lineups?
All right, these lineups brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the Boston Red Sox, leading off Jarren Duran. He's been swinging a much better bat. Went to Fenway, had that monster. Get him locked back in, hit those 4 doubles there to left. He'll be in left field. Rafi Devers, he'll be at DH. Yankee killer. Stay on top of that one. Wilyer Abreu's in right field. Carlos Narvaez playing against the team he came up with here in New York. He'll do the catching. Abraham Toro has been such a solid addition with the opportunity he's been given. He'll be at first base. Marcelo Meyer, he'll be at third base. First taste of this rivalry. Trevor Story's at short. David Hamilton getting the start at second base. And Cedon Rafaela, stay hot kid, he'll be in center. And for your New York Yankees, you got Trent Grisham in center field. Aaron Judge in right. My goodness, has he been hot for, it feels like 3 years in a row now. Cody Bellinger in left field. Paul Goldschmidt kind of resurrected his career. Been swinging the bat really well. He'll be playing first base. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at third base, which is pretty much the position you were going to see him for a majority of this season. Aaron Boone told us he has been a surprise, delightful surprise how much he's enjoyed watching him at third base. Jason Dominguez will be at DH. Anthony Volpe at short. Austin Wells will do the catching, and DJ LeMahieu actually been swinging the bat much better here as of late. He'll be at second base.
The injury to Cabrera. Chisholm leads the Yankees out onto the field with Will Warren. He thought he was done playing third base in his career, but we'll talk a lot about Chisholm and how that reflects on everything that Aaron Boone has built here in New York. The bleacher creatures are ready to go. There's no longer Juan Soto in right field. It's number 99, Aaron Judge, Trent Grisham in center field, Bellinger in left. You know, this is such a different feeling Yankee team without Soto in there. The people here would tell you, with Goldschmidt and Fried and Bellinger, they think they're a better all-around team. The future, that yet remains to be seen, but it is terrifying to see big number 99 in right field.
You know, up here in the booth, normally the players look small. And you look out there at Big 99. Now, we talked to him, caught up with him a little before the game, and not many people make me feel tiny. I had to ask him to stop staring down at me. It was uncomfortable.
I couldn't believe that. I mean, you look miniature next to him, and that is saying
because
something.
I was.
He is an absolute beast of a man, and he really, of late, has started to really torment the Red Sox. This is a tone-setting first inning. It's a tone-setting first game of this series. Will, we know this about this Red Sox team. They ride momentum. When they score early, they tend to win. When they have a little juice, things tend to go well for them. Don't you think the early innings in this game are so important?
It's so true, and it starts with Jarren Duran. He's looked so much better, and we always talk about Rafi Devers and Bregman, but the engine of this offense is Jarren Duran. When he goes, they go.
And here he is. You can imagine that this is his kind of series right here. Boos all over the place, his name scattered in trade rumors, the season sort of teetering, and a hostile environment. Usually this brings out the very best in Duran.
Yeah, and those bleacher creatures are going to be all over him. You have to expect that.
He knows that. He'll calm it down defensively, and here he is leading it off against Will Warren. The right-hander throws, and Duran takes the ball, a fastball. Could have been called a strike, top of the zone, but it wasn't, and it's 1-0. This kid, Will Warren, he's got a big arm. 7 earned runs last time against the L.A. Dodgers. Duran, 274 with 4 home runs. The pitch is high, a fastball that was called a strike, a little delayed reaction from the home plate umpire, Dan Burzell, and it's 1-1 to Jarren Duran.
Yeah, Warren's got good stuff, but he is going to look to come out guns a-blazing here after that last start.
Here's the 1-1. And a swing and a miss. And you nailed it in the pregame. Well, that pitch right there, the four-seamer, it's his best, and it has given the Red Sox fits.
Yeah, and look, if you look at his heat maps, he throws it over the plate a lot. But these guys, hitters just don't see it. 162 batting average gets that four-seamer, and he will challenge you with it.
The bleacher creatures are going around. They just got a little doff of the cap from Cody Bellinger. They always start with Judge in right. 1-2 to Duran. The pitch is pop foul on the third base side. Yankees come in a season-best 15 games over 500. 9.5 clear of the Red Sox, 38-23. Will Warren 3-3 with a 5.19 ERA. 1-2 to Duran. The pitch is right there. Strike three called. Middle of the zone. That is not a pitch you can take to start this game, and there's one away.
Yeah, that's a fastball middle in. Just catches Duran guessing off speed after all the fastballs. But look, this is forcing fastballs is something the Red Sox don't handle well. These guys are going to attack them with it.
And boos greet Rafi Devers, who has just been spectacular here in this ballpark. Right from the beginning of his career here, he takes a fastball outside for ball one. He announced himself to Yankee fans on Sunday Night Baseball, launching that game-tying home run in the ninth inning off of his now teammate Aroldis Chapman. Rafi so hot coming into this series. The 1-0, wow, swinging a foul. He got a sweeper and spoiled it back to the screen. He's been hammering that pitch lately.
Oh, and especially when they make mistakes. That was a sweeper that didn't sweep.
Had an opening day homer here 2 years ago. Everybody up on the railing watching Rafi at Yankee Stadium. One down, top one. The pitch popped up on the infield. Back at second base, the Yankees shortstop Volpe is there to make the play. Very quickly, two down. We got started in a rain delay. First pitch at 7:31. It's hot and muggy here in the Bronx. 79 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield Marinated Pork. Elevate your grilling game with Hatfield Marinated Pork Tenderloins. So two down, here's Wilyer Abreu. Speaking of difficulty with fastballs. Warren throws, and Abreu takes a breaking ball outside. That must be a setup.
Listen, that's today. That's baseball in 2025. Just overthinking.
Isn't that incredible? 52 innings, 50 hits, 5 homers allowed by Warren. 1-0 to Abreu, the pitch. That's another breaking ball that is called a strike quite belatedly by Mark Wegner, the home plate umpire. Pick it up. The scouting report that the Yankee telecast has, which I always love, says that Wegner has a hitter-friendly strike zone. 1-1, the pitch is fouled back to the screen. Fastball. He was timed up on that 97, and it's 1-2.
He sure was, and he was looking for it here early in this count. I think we all were not expecting the two breaking balls to start off this at bat.
With Hatfield Marinated Pork Tenderloins, taste victory with every bite. Simply Hatfield.com for recipes of put pork on your fork. Two down, bases clear. Top one for Abreu. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Elevated fastball, and the Red Sox go very quietly in the first. Walker Buehler to the mound. After this, buckle up.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Or HarborOne.com/business bonus to get started. Harbor One Bank, member FDIC.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Walker Buehler back on the mound at Yankee Stadium. You'll see Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger. First pitch from Walker misses outside, and that is ball one. Grisham has been a revelation for these Yankees. Longtime veteran. He's been clutch. He's just stacked big hits for them. Of course, it helps to hit in front of Judge. The 1-0 is a little bit outside. Juan Soto learned a thing or two about that last year. And Walker Buehler has thrown 2 balls on the same mound where he stood October 30th last year. Last out of the World Series. 2-0. That's a strike. Fastball on the corner. It is 2-1. I'm not going to rant too much early in this game about umpires, but you got 40,000 plus people in the ballpark. Call the strike. 2-1, the pitch. Grisham swings and misses. That was really good there from Buehler. And it's 2-2.
You're saying be verbal. He just kind of puts his hand up.
Put your hand out quickly. Let's go.
I like when they make a little sound with it, too. A little old school. Yeah.
Hike 2. Trent Grisham has a 2-2 count. He's been really good. 13 homers, 26 driven in. Buehler talked about the nerves he felt taking the mound here in that 9th inning of Game 5. And that was the day the Yankees absolutely bungled away a chance to get back in the series. That disastrous 5th inning, and Buehler capitalized. 2-2. The pitch is inside. Good cutter. His slider from Walker. And it's 3-2. He faced 2 lefties in that inning, and he struck out Alex Verdugo, did Walker. He generally rises to these occasions. He was not good, though, last time in Atlanta. 3-2. The pitch is fouled off. And again, here is the essence of what makes Judge Judge. I mean, you don't want to face him ever. You don't want to face him with runners on base.
Yeah, if you do, nobody on. Solo's not going to kill you, but you cannot walk the guy in front of him.
So Grisham knows he's probably going to get something to hit here. 3-2 in the bottom of the first. The pitch is high, ball 4. That just cannot happen. I mean, that's a fastball way up and out of the zone. And here's Judge, who has only seen Buehler 2 times. That was in that postseason, and 1 time earlier. He's 0 for 2 against him, but this is the man of the moment in Major League Baseball. All Aaron Judge has done this year is lead the big leagues in batting average, on base, slugging, and really the premier player and hitter in the game. The pitch is drilled into center field, a base hit. That's headed for the gap. Cedon races to his right. He picks it up on a backhand. Judge is going to test him. The throw to second is high. Toro did a good job backing it up. An accurate throw. I think they had Judge. Cedon probably had time to set his feet and throw, but it's a gap shot double for Aaron Judge, and here come the Yankees.
So the reason Aaron Judge ran there is because Cedon did a good job of coming up like he was throwing to third base and then redirecting it, but it did cost him his accuracy on that throw. But had he come up like he was going to second base, I don't know if Judge would have made that turn. So you take that chance to throw him out there. Even at 6'8", 280, Judge still moving really well.
I'd rather you just keep him at first, to be honest. Second and third, no out. And here is Cody Bellinger in the pinstripes. He takes a strike on the inside corner, slider, and it's 0-1. Well, the Red Sox go down in order, and here we go. Bellinger, 257, 9 homers, 35 driven in. Buehler throws. And a line drive to short, caught by Story. Wow, a missile. And that is very lucky for Walker Buehler. He gets his former teammate on a missile to short as Aaron Judge slaps Trevor Story on the backside. Wow.
Yeah, Bellinger, I mean, great swing, right? He just, unfortunately, he hit it right where there was a defender. Trevor Story aligned perfectly waiting for that one. Little hop, caught it right above the cap.
Now this is Paul Goldschmidt, right-handed slugger who's had a renaissance year. He takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Buehler very familiar with him. For Walker, for Bellinger, for Goldschmidt, this is their first taste of this rivalry. Goldschmidt against Buehler, 3 for 11 with a home run. Big spot here, second and third. The pitch flied down the right field line. It's always dangerous that direction, but that one was spoiled outside the pole, and it is 1-1.
Have you seen Paul Goldschmidt's splits? He's hitting 260 against righties, 510 versus lefties.
Good thing.
So odd.
Buehler's a righty.
Well,
second and third, 1 out. The pitch is chopped foul on the third base side.
It's just so rare you see something like that.
Goldschmidt does not have much hair left, but he does have a lot of hits left in that right-handed bat.
Got a lot of forearms left, too.
No kidding. Wearing number 48 in the pinstripes. What a big spot this is for Buehler. 1-2, 1 out. Yankees at second and third. Here's the pitch, and it is strike 3 called on the corner, a slider. Buehler gets the benefit of the doubt from Mark Wegner, and they're 2 away.
I mean, that was just a perfectly executed, about a ball off the plate, got the call. Little downer at 88 miles an hour, just Goldsmith doesn't even flinch at it.
Well, and how good is Carlos Narvaez?
Oh,
the soft hands to steal that strike. Here is Jazz Chisholm just off the injured list and hot. The pitch is swung on and missed. That was nasty from Buehler, a slider, and it's 0-1.
That's a great first pitch. I love these guys being aggressive with fastballs, but Jazz Chisholm is a big ambush fastball guy. That was a slider, started like a fastball, broke out of the zone.
2 down, bottom 1, scoreless. They lead the Yankees at second and third. The pitch, swing, and a foul off the end of the bat. That was a curveball, and Buehler is ahead of Chisholm, 0-2. Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. They're here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. 0-2. Got to put Chisholm away now. They set up in the 0-2. Is skied to center field. Rafaela back at the warning track at the wall. Cedon can't get it. And it's off the top of the wall and gone. An 0-2 mistake, a 3-run homer, and the Yankees lead it 3-0. Nightmare on 161st Street. Another 0-2 homer surrendered by the Red Sox.
That was a knuckle curve there from Buehler, actually about 6 inches below the strike zone. It was a ball. Chisholm, very good low ball hitter, goes down and gets that and hits a missile off the top of the wall for the 3-run homer. 1 pitch from getting out of that, Buehler was.
Well, how often have we heard it that hitters just sit soft against these Red Sox? He was ready for that as Jason Dominguez, the man they call the Martian, takes a strike on the outside corner. Cedon gave it a look, but bounced just off the top of the wall and out of here.
Look, that wasn't a terrible pitch from Buehler. That's a ball. It's a good swing by Chisholm, but you have to know how well he hits the ball low in the zone. You almost want to elevate there. Something away from him, something up above the zone, not something down there. Lefties like the ball down.
He's now 6 for 12 since coming off the injured list. Plays with a lot of flair, does Chisholm, the 0-2. Down and in. I'm not in the meetings. I don't have all the information. I don't have the books. But I watch every pitch and every game, and there are way too many 0-2 home runs allowed. Way too many. 1-2 to Dominguez. The pitch is just inside.
How often lately, too, has this team just dug a hole within the first inning, second inning, been down 3, 4, 5, 6 runs even?
The starter's OPS in the first inning is the worst in baseball. And the Yankees have 3 here, and here's another hit for Dominguez. It bounces on 1 hop in front of Wilyer Abreu. That's another 2-strike hit. Now on a breaking ball, and Dominguez is aboard with 3 in and 2 out.
Yeah, another breaking ball. It is below the zone, but you said it. Teams know we don't throw fastballs. They know the Red Sox are going to throw a lot of spin, and they are up there looking for it.
I mean, Buehler allowed 10 hits in his last start. The leadoff walk to Grisham is an absolute killer. Sets the wheels in motion, and even if he was 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, he did not. Here is the right-handed hitting Volpe, Anthony Volpe, who takes a slider outside 1-0. I mean, you wonder whether the fastball that missed to Grisham made Walker Buehler lose confidence in that pitch. 1-0. Way outside. Fastball not close, and it's 2-0, and good visit now for Carlos Narvaez. Walker has thrown 21 pitches, 7 sinkers, 3 4-seamers, 8 sliders, 2 curveballs, and a cutter. And the Yankees, on the back of Jazz Chisholm, lead 3-0. Alex Bregman is here in the dugout. He's got a very concerned look on his face. And look, it's not just planning, it's also execution of these pitches. The 2-0 is a slider, fouled off on the first base side. It's 2-1. And Buehler's fastball is not what it was in the peak of his career.
No, but we're still seeing 96. He's just not locating his pitches right now. But Volpe being late on the slider there, 2-0, tells me he was looking for the off-speed.
Yep, 2-1. Pitch drilled into deep right field. Always trouble here. This thing's back, and it is gone. 2-run homer for Anthony Volpe, opposite field. The short porch, disaster in New York. It's 5-0 Yankees.
You know, I was thinking right along with Walker there. Look, Volpe was very late on the 2-0 slider. I thought he could throw fastball past him too. Unfortunately, that was middle. You're trying to beat somebody with velocity, you have to elevate that pitch. It's just a fastball center cut.
I mean, the Red Sox starting pitching lately, and really all season long, other than Garrett Crochet, has just been on the ropes in the first inning way too often. As a slider to Austin Wells in there for strike one. I mean, the amount of damage in the first inning is hard to fathom. Think about the last week. The 0-1 is a little bit outside.
I mean, think about just the Angels series.
Yeah.
6-0. 4-0. Now you're down 5-0 again. This is in the span of 4 games.
1-1. Little looper in a shallow right field. That is going to be down for another hit. In front of Abreu. Slider that fisted in on Wells, but the Yankees have their 5th hit, and they continue in this bottom of the first inning. We'll pull up the starting pitching numbers, not only in the first inning, but over the last month or so, Will, in terms of early in games. They just paint themselves into a corner over and over again. So here's DJ LeMahieu. He lines it down the right field line, foul. So the Yankees will bat around in the first inning.
The Yankees just flexing their muscle right now, going, we're better than you.
Well, right now they are. 0-1. 5-0 Yankees. Pitch is outside, called a strike. And that's not debatable right now, Will. I mean, and the thing about it is, when you look on paper, so much of baseball is the starting pitcher that day. The momentum is all in that arm. But there's more to it here. The 0-2, way outside. We've seen that too often, too. 0-2, not even close.
I don't blame them after the last few 2-strike pitches that have been hit out of the ballpark. It would scare me away from the zone, too.
But when you compare the veteran presence on this Yankee team to what the Red Sox have, it's unbelievable. The 1-2 is a chopper off of Buehler's glove, then his chest. It plays Plinko. He gloves, throws to first, inning over. But not before disaster strikes. 2 homers, 5 runs. Sox were a pitch away from getting out of it, but they did not.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Gone anywhere for the Red Sox. They trail 5-0. Just imagine you're sitting in the stands and in your hands is your first ice-cold Harpoon IPA of the game. Not at the game? Find a local retailer at Harpoon.com. Harpoon first or forever. Harpoon sounds good right now. Here's Carlos Narvaez, and what a great story he is coming back to New York. Right-handed hitter who's been a real blessing for the Red Sox, and he takes a fastball for strike one from Warren. It is 0-1. He's hitting .288 with 5 homers and 19 driven, and of course the Red Sox acquired him from a minor league pitcher in the offseason. Where would they be without him? The 0-1. He has another strike fastball in the corner, and it's 0-2. Talked to him before the game. He said, 1 year ago today, no chance he could have convinced me I'd be the everyday catcher for the Red Sox. 0-2. Pitch is outside. He spent yesterday, his off day, with Oswaldo Cabrera, his longtime childhood friend who had that devastating ankle injury. That's the reason Chisholm is at third. LeMahieu back at second. 1-2. The pitch is just outside. Right now, the Red Sox and the Yankees for half a decade have taken a totally different approach to building their rosters. Yes, the Red Sox got Bregman. They traded for Crochet, although Garrett is still relatively young and inexperienced as a starting pitcher. Yankees have veterans, long tenured players. 2-2. Pitch is popped out on the first base side.
And that matters, right? Because we talk about youth on our team and the difference that makes in defensive play, in their approach at the plate, a slow heartbeat, or vice versa, right? And you see in these situations at the big league level, these guys still developing and making mistakes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Carlos is skied into right field. This thing given a ride, but it'll hang up for Grisham on the warning track. He is there behind Judge to make the play. I was curious just to run the numbers before the game. And the Red Sox have only 2 players with more than 3 years of Major League service time. That would be Devers and Story. And, of course, the rest of them, 2 years, 1 year, no years, 3 years, 1 year, 1 year, no years. Okay. Meantime, the Yankees have only 3 with fewer than 5.
Matters.
Here's Abraham Toro, who's been really good for the Red Sox. They trail 5-0 in the top of the second. Warren throws. And a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. You would imagine, Will, I mean, he wants to throw fastballs, Warren does, no matter what. Most especially with a 5-run lead, he's just going to pound the zone, isn't he?
He's going to fill it up, and it's his best pitch. I mean, the sweeper's nasty. He's got a ton of break, but the fastball's been really good for him.
0-1. There was a sweeper.
By the way,
missed 1-1. Yeah.
First inning ERA for the Boston Red Sox, 7.06, the second worst in baseball. Who's worse?
Colorado, probably.
Maybe.
7 in the first inning. The 1-1 is a ground ball on the right side through into right field. That's a base hit. I mean, not to oversimplify it, but it means that 7 out of every 9 days, at least a run scores in the first inning. They're just behind the 8 ball over and over again. So Toro's got a hit. The Red Sox first. And here comes Marcelo Meyer.
1 run hasn't been the issue.
No.
It's been given up 4 to 6.
It is crazy. 4 on Wednesday at Fenway. You said it's 6 on Monday. Here is Marcelo. The pitch is a little outside. Ball 1. Marcelo in a funk. He had a few days off last week, but in there for his first taste of this rivalry. Said he's been dreaming about it his whole life. Sox could use a little jolt here. 1-0. Toro at first. 1 down the pitch. High pop-up. Third base side. Chisholm in fair territory. Behind the bag is there to make the play. And they're 2 away. I feel like we've been saying the same thing now, Will, for 3 weeks. And that is, this club needs to have a gut check, needs to jolt itself. But it has never been more true than right here, right now.
I mean, this is a pretty good measuring stick right here. You come in here to the Bronx, you're playing one of the better teams in the game, and they're just kicking you in the gut right now.
There's Trevor Story with 1 on and 2 out. He takes a fastball for a strike. Trevor has had a little resurgence in the last week, but he too has had some difficulty hitting the fastball. He'll get some here. On one on, 2 out. The pitch is fouled off. That's been the pattern. Fastball and then sweepers way outside. Fresh, delicious, and now on sale, mangoes and Haas avocados. Shaw's and Star Market. Today, pick up fresh mangoes or Haas avocados for 79 cents each when you use the digital coupon. Limit 6. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox radio network. On 2. Toro leading over at first, held by Goldschmidt there. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Elevated fastball inning over. Red Sox get a hit, but that's it. Bottom 2. Next, Walker Buehler needs to figure it out. 5-0.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion.
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
In as many games, bats again. To start it off, it was Zach Neto 2 days ago, and now Trent Grisham. And again, the leadoff walk was sort of an inauspicious beginning for Walker Buehler. Then Judge doubled, and the wheels started coming off. The pitch to Grisham fouled off the end of the bat. Sinker. What do you think the mindset is here of Buehler?
Buehler?
9 times.
Survive.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to. What he wants to do is save the pin as best he can.
Isn't that amazing after 1 inning in this series? 33 pitches thrown here. Is a pitch that misses just inside a slider. I mean, he looks crestfallen, Walker does. He is so hard on himself. He's been such an open book, so honest. It must be so hard to have been so dominant at one point. The 1-1 is fouled off. Coming back from injury, not feeling like yourself. He had flashes of it before the shoulder bursitis this year, but it is not right now.
And what's tough is the homers weren't even strikes. So it's hard to be like, oh, we just left it middle. That wasn't the case.
That's more game planning,
That's more game planning, right? Chaz Chisholm hammers the ball down in the zone. He's a left, like most lefties, love the ball down.
1-2 to Grisham. Pitch. That is outside. Here we go with the Red Sox pitchers in the first inning. So they're in their 64th game. It's a 64 first innings. 87 hits and 51 runs. As a slider misses low to Grisham, 3-2. And how about 16 first inning home runs? I get it. It's the best hitters on the opposition. That's part of it. But not that big a part. Here's the 3-2. Popped up. On the infield, behind second base, Trevor Story. Right behind the back, by about 8 feet is there to make the play. There's one away. We take 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Aaron Judge, one down, bases empty in the bottom of the second. 5-0 Yankees. Pitch, fouled back. I just keep coming back to this simple truth, Will, and that is when we left Fort Myers to head to Monterrey, Mexico, what was that, February 23rd, something like that? March 23rd.
Yeah.
There's no way I would have ever imagined this. Ever. 0-1 is outside. That not only would the Red Sox be 5 under, about to be, 9.5 back, trailing these Yankees, and just so much difficulty on the mound. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a really good slider, and it's ball and 2 strikes. Story was the 7th batter, sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. Hurt in a car work accident. Get Glassman all 7s. 6-1-7, then 7-7. 1-2 to Judge is outside. Cutter 2-2.
It's been all away here to Judge. You got to be careful with that. You leave something over the plate away. That short porch and right is just staring at him.
Yeah, we saw that with Volpe. 2-2, and they must not quite be on the same page.
Yeah, the pitch before that, Buehler shook 3-4 times. Again, 3 times there. I'm not seeing eye to eye. Obviously, at this point, Buehler steering off of what was the original game plan.
That body language sort of looked like Carlos, who normally goes out to say, this is what you're going to throw. I think it's sort of respecting the veteran, like, what are you thinking here?
Of course, and that's exactly what that was. That's a good call. And obviously, you shake that many times. It's not like, hey, you're going to do what I want you to do. It's, what are you thinking?
Yeah. 2-2. 5-0 Yankees in the second. Pitch is ripped into left field, a base hit. Really kind of a looping line drive. Another sweeper at the bottom of the zone. Judge was looking, I guess, down there. He's got a knock, his second, and he's aboard with 1 away.
Yeah, this was not a bad pitch from Buehler. I mean, this is spotted down and away on the strike zone off the very end of the bat from Judge. But those big, long arms, and the way his bat stays through the zone as long as he does, he can be out front like that, still hit it hard.
Aaron Judge is just having a marvelous season and just a spectacular run. One of only 2 big leaguers in the last 66 years to have 172 total bases in his club's 61 first games. And that seems like an obscure stat, but everywhere you look, he's doing stuff that very few have ever done.
Well, he's got 228 at-bats, and he's hitting 397.
Honestly. 0-1. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Cody Bellinger. And it is 0-2.
How about Judge has been on base 59 of 62 games this year.
Yeah. Oh, surprised. Well, what happened the other 3?
He must have been sick.
How do you get this guy out? The 0-2 is a slider down and in, 1-2. It's amazing, Will. It came down to the wire. How Steinbrenner had to sort of race in at the last moment and top the Padres and other Giants offers. And he got the job done, and Judge has been better since signing that extension. 1-2. Pitch. Ripped foul on the first base side by Bellinger.
Yeah, and I think that's because Judge wanted to be here. And he didn't know. And obviously, you're looking at your career, and you want to – financially, it does matter. He was going to get paid regardless, but he wanted to be here. And to sign that and get what he wanted to stay, I think it meant a lot to him.
Bellinger's been hot. Judge runs and a swing and a miss. They got Bellinger. And it's the little things that Aaron Boone has infused into this Yankee team. They do not take their foot off the gas.
They don't. And they, as a veteran as they are, there's still a clear focus on them doing all the little things right. And you combine that with superstars, and you end up one of the best teams in the game.
Well, and everything you hear about this club is that Judge is the heartbeat. And he's a true leader, voice in that clubhouse. Here's a hard ground ball to third. Nice backhand pick by Meyer. He comes up, throwing to first. Toro can't catch it. Goldschmidt is safe at first. And Judge holds at third. That'll be an error, I believe, on Marcelo. He did the hard part and then one hop to throw. Toro didn't do him any favors. And the inning continues.
It's just how it's going right now, right? Marcelo leaves his feet, slides down, makes a nice play, but just short hops Toro.
Well, and Goldschmidt doesn't run well. You have more time, right?
He does. It's a lot of times you slide for those balls and your hand comes up with mud all over it. You really have to focus on using your legs, making a good throw.
Here's Jazz Chisholm, who homered his first time he takes a strike on the inside corner. Will, I mean, look, it's Marcelo's first time in this ballpark. It's his first chance in this rivalry. But in time, you got to find a way to know that's Paul Goldschmidt running down the line. The 0-1 is a little bit low. We'll look it up. I bet he's in the bottom 2% of foot speed in all of baseball. He does not move at all. 1-1 to Jazz Chisholm. 5-0 Yankees in the second inning. Pitch is right there. Called a strike, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Goldschmidt's 30th percentile. So,
yeah.
Not quick.
And he wasn't busting it down the line there either. Once he saw Meyer pick that thing.
Yeah, it was hit hard. He slowed down. But that's a young player. That's what we just talked about.
Just what it is. 1-2 pitch. Lined into right field, a base hit. Over the leap of Toro, another unearned run. Judge scores. Goldschmidt actually moving pretty well over to third. Got a little gas left in the tank. It's 6-0 Yankees. And more of the same for the Red Sox.
Just frustrating, right? It's frustrating. I know it's frustrating for the players and the organization, and this is like a cutter up and in. I mean, this might have hit Chisholm in his back shoulder had he not swung at it. Chases it, still barrels it, get knocked for an RBI knock. I'm telling you, this is just how it's going for the Boston Red Sox right now.
Well, Andrew Bailey is out to the mound. Alex Cora's head is slumped. 56 errors, yet another unearned run. The Red Sox lead all of baseball in those. And look, you got to be fair about this stuff. A lot of focus is about to point to the Red Sox pitching coach. He's not on the mound right now throwing these breaking balls 0-2. He is not throwing pitches. Guys are hurt. They're coming back. But when you give up this many runs, especially early in games, man, runner goes from first and a pitch down. Narvaez will not throw. Curveball in the dirt to Jason Dominguez. You just can't avoid it. And I always think that coaches are often made to be scapegoats. It's the players who play,
of course,
young or not. But this becomes the kind of a setup where things might have to change. The 1-0 is fouled on the third base side out of play.
So, look, execution, yes, that is on the players. Game plan and how they go about their business tends to fall more on the coaching staff. Now, are they executing? Absolutely not. Is there another way to have them execute? Maybe so.
1-1 with second and third. Here's a swing and a miss by Dominguez. Because, look, we've heard what Andrew and Craig say about these pitchers. If you don't have a great fastball, we don't want you to throw it. All right, on paper that makes sense. But we watch this team every night, and over again, spin gets hammered. 1-2 is high. And not in ways that you ordinarily see in big league games. These are two-strike pitches that are outside or at the bottom of the zone.
Guess what? Guess why fastballs get hit? Because you throw them in 2-0 and 3-1 counts. Of course they do.
2-2 pitch is called a ball. That was a change-up low. He's not thrown many of those. And it's 3-2.
Yeah, Buehler digging deep in the bag right now, just trying to find a way to get through this second.
6-0 Yankees. Pitch. Inside. He walked him. So now, Buehler has thrown 60 pitches to get 5 outs. And the bases are loaded for Anthony Volpe.
You know, and what this does, too, it just, we talk about the rivalry and these guys being up for this game, and this just completely depletes that.
All of it.
You come out like this?
All of it. Now, you got Crochet tomorrow, but that's way down the road right now. The pitch, swing and a miss.
And I understand you can get beat 80-0. It's still just one loss.
Not the way this season's going.
But it's the way they're losing games and the way it is just piling on.
0-1 pitch. That's outside. I'm with you. Right, and especially the expectation, the opponent, the rivalry. This one will linger, don't you think?
Well, that's to your point. That's where Crochet comes in tomorrow.
Yep. 1-1 pitch outside. I can't say that I came into tonight thinking that in the second inning we'd be talking about Garrett Crochet. And by the way, this right here has a chance totally to put this game to bed. Still 6-0, bases loaded, 2-1 to Volpe. Pitch is a good one, called a strike.
You don't want to throw that melatonin ball right now, that's for sure.
2-2. I mean, think about what this does to the bullpen. Again, you got Crochet tomorrow, but you're looking at many, many innings tonight. In game 1, 2-2. Pitch is a little soft ground ball toward first. And foul.
You know, I know you feel this way. I feel this way too. I just feel like a broken record at this point. And look, it's not lack of effort. These guys are playing as hard as they can. They're going out there with a plan of action that they think is the best for that day, and it's just not happening. It's not working.
2-2. 2 down, bases loaded, an unearned run in. The pitch. Up and in, it hit him. So Volpe is plunked, and that'll make it 7-0 Yankees. These Yankee fans are upset. Are you kidding me? I mean, as if Walker Buehler was trying to do that. So Volpe comes home, 2 more unearned runs, and I don't know how much longer the Red Sox can wait to get somebody up.
I don't know if they got wrist or forearm. To figure out where they got him.
And how big the error is on Marcelo Meyer. And his introduction to this, maybe right on the elbow.
Oh, it was the elbow. Ouch.
I guess the positive spin on that, Will, maybe that funny bone is just ringing like crazy.
That's way better than wrist there. You're not going to, rarely do you get hit in the elbow and does it break. You know, it's a big bone. It's going to be sore. Your hand kind of goes numb. You can't make a fist here for a few minutes. But it'll be okay.
So now,
was Zach Kelly up?
Zach Kelly's up. I guess that would maybe be to get out of this inning, and then maybe you'd lean on somebody like Criswell. It's 7-0 Yankees. The bases are still loaded. And I'm sorry, Will, the only way to describe this right now is total embarrassment for the Red Sox. It is. Volpe seems to be okay. He's got Aaron Boone and one of the trainers out down the first base line. Austin Wells is waiting on deck. The Subaru New England scoreboard. Red Sox have fallen behind a bunch of teams in the American League East because just about everybody else is playing well tonight. Toronto is in Minnesota. They're just underway in the bottom of the first, scoreless. Chicago and Detroit, those are the 2 teams with the best records in baseball. Weekend series in Motown. That's pretty cool. No score. Bottom of the 5th inning there in Detroit. Houston leads Cleveland top 5. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 25 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Base is still loaded. Here's Austin Wells. 67th pitch coming home, and it is a broken bat blooper on the infield. Story dives, and he makes the play. And head over heels. You hope he's okay. He did hold on to that baseball. Mercy. A good play that ends another really difficult inning. 2 unearned runs, and after 2, it's 7-0 Yankees.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The future of baseball takes the field at the 2025 MLB Draft Combine. Get one-of-a-kind access to over 300 top prospects as we take you in the cage, on the field, and into the sky during 6 straight hours of live coverage, plus exclusive interviews with the players who could become your team's next superstar.
I've leg kicked for a while. I've kind of been flowy with my hands.
The 2025 MLB Draft Combine, June 17th at noon Eastern, only on MLB Network.
take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an eighth-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
David Hamilton leads it off in the top of the third inning for the Red Sox. They trail 7-0. Yankees in 2 innings have sent 17 men to the bat. 7 of them have scored. Here's the pitch to Hamilton, who is a good fit for this ballpark. He takes his strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Just got to get 6 guys on base, tie this thing up, one swing.
Oof. Hamilton, 203. He's been better of late. 2 homers, 8 driven in. Pitch is down. Yeah, well, baseball's such an interesting thing because it's not rah-rah. You can't out-hustle yourself out of a slump. You can't hit harder. You can't try harder. I wonder, though, in this moment about Red Sox dugout and clubhouse, 1-1 is swung on and missed. Like, you've been in dugouts, probably not like this, not in this big of a low. Is there anything that happens today or tomorrow to try to change this thing?
Oh, buddy, I've been on some bad teams.
Yep.
2012 and 2014, I was here. Those 2 last-place teams.
Yep.
So, yeah, I have been there. It is tough. And you just got to keep grinding it out.
1-2 to Hamilton. High. But it's not like meetings or speeches change much, do they?
Well, you can only have so many, right? You only get a couple of those before they stop meaning anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are just conversations being had with the vets and keeping your head down and going to work and continue to put the work in. But you do have to realize
2-2. That's strike 3 to Hamilton. He's gone.
But you do have to realize, look, at some point, something's got to give. Something's got to change. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect it to change.
So with Hamilton gone and 1 away, here comes Cedar Rafaela. That's the 4th strikeout for Warren. I think the one thing you worry about now, Will, and again, we've said it, this club is young. They put in effort as Cedar bloops one on the right side of the infield. Goldschmidt back to second baseman LeMahieu's there. Cedar is gone. I think you'd like to guard against and protect against a sense of this young team feeling sort of defeated in a broader sense.
Yeah, I mean, they do feel defeated. I mean, expectations were sky high. I know you have some young guys here now, but regardless, everybody's a part of this. The expectations were there for this team to be atop the division, battling with these guys. You didn't think coming in here in early June it would be like this.
Here's Jaron Duran for the second time. 7-0 Yankees in the third as Duran takes sweeper from Will Warren for a strike. If you're looking for a warm, vibrant community for mom or dad, River Spring Living truly feels like home. I can tell you firsthand, I've been there. Care and connection, seen it, that makes that place so special. As Duran takes a ball outside, schedule a tour today at riverspringliving.com. At this point, you're trying to just build something toward tomorrow. It's 7-0 in the third.
You just want to make it respectful at some point.
1-1. Fouled back. The Red Sox in that Angels series did fight very impressively. They trailed 6-0. They lost that game 7-6, and of course fell behind 4-0 Wednesday and won that thing 11-9. But these are not the LA Angels.
No, they're not. And you can't keep digging a hole like that and expecting, we'll just come back. It's not sustainable.
1-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. We talk about hitting with runners in scoring position, young roster, bullpen stuff. The core issue here is the pressure that short starts and bad starts put on the entire operation.
Yeah, totally. It throws off the entire thing, right? You always start the day thinking, all right, starting pitcher's going to give me 6. And then we build from there.
1-2. Duran swings and misses. He's gone. And the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the third inning. All Yankees 7-0.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. Boom.
interviews with the players,
Get back to the fastballs. I know what that passion feels like.
and a little bit
Keeping.
you behave properly
Hey.
of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
So a 2-inning start for Walker Buehler. Now the short starts just are not sustainable for the Red Sox. DJ LeMahieu to lead it off against Kelly, and who knows what he might be asked to do here. The Red Sox at this point are just trying to cobble together 18 more outs.
Yeah, this is the point when you're a guy with options in the bullpen and they call your number, you go, oof, I might have to throw a few and then get sent to Worcester tomorrow.
In this season, 9 games, a 7.62 ERA for Kelly. And it'll be LeMahieu, Grisham, and Judge. Well, the good thing for you, Will, is that even though this evening has not gone well, you got your family in town. Big time so far in the Big Apple. Pitch to LeMahieu is swung on a miss by Kelly, and it's 0-1.
It's the girl's first time here. I thought it was really funny. We walked out this morning and go, Dad, what's that smell? I went, well, it's warm. It's 88 degrees. There's a lot of garbage out there.
That'd be trash. 0-1. The pitch. You know, the energy, the vibrancy of this great city, it comes with some downsides, especially in the middle of the summer.
They're funny because they're like, why, Dad, why is there so many people here? I was like, I don't have the answer to that.
Where's the pool in the backyard? 1-1 to LeMahieu. Pitch is a strike. They saw Bluey today?
They did. Is that a schnauzer? No, that's a rat. Yeah, they're big here.
Why is the street rumbling and grumbling like this? That's the subway, honey.
That is.
1-2 is a little bit outside.
Yeah, they did. We went, there's this little Bluey. They love that show, Bluey. And
Bingo,
Bluey. Yeah, they have like the whole house set up. You go in all the rooms and play. Then you meet Bluey and Bingo at the end. They had a good time.
I'm sure you did too. 2-2 to DJ LeMahieu. That's good dad speak. The pitch is swung on and missed. Kelly got him. And there's one away. I think one of the elements that's more discouraging than any that for Walker Buehler, other than the fact that it's another really rough start, is that this Yankee team, they have the clutch gene, but it's not like they're world beaters offensively.
No, they've scored. I mean, over the month, they scored about 4 runs a game. It's pretty middle of the pack, 17th in baseball.
7 and 2 innings tonight. Strikeout for Kelly.
But over that span in which they've only scored 4 a game, their pitching has been unbelievable. The starting pitching.
Amazingly, in the 3rd inning, we're getting to the 110th pitch of the game. That's a ball to Trent Grisham. Change up from Kelly, and it's 1-1. Brought to you by 110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right.
We're 7 pitches in. Kelly has not thrown a fastball yet.
1-1 is a chopper. That's not a fastball either. Change up toward first. Toro's got it. Steps on the bag, and Grisham is out number 2.
Even with the off speed, at least he's locating, right? He's making pitches here to miss some bats. He'll have to miss a very big bat here, Aaron Judge.
Seem to remember a massive home run
Center
that
field.
Judge hit off of
About
Kelly.
hit the video board in center there at Fenway.
Was that the grand slam that broke the homerless streak? I think it was. 7-0 Yankees.
No,
Judge
that
takes
was
a strike on the
that was
inside
last
corner.
year here to left field.
The grand slam that
Yeah.
won it. Yeah. Kelly ahead of Judge 0-1. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a base hit to left. The 0-1 inside. Another changeup. And it is 1 1/3 inning brought to you by Citgo. Crossing state lines or just going crosstown club, Citgo saves you money on every fill-up. Along the way, when you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 1-1 is outside. He's enormous. I mean, I know this, right? I've stood next to him a lot of times, but it really did hit me when he hugged you and stood next to you. You look like mini-me. And that's hard to do. Total freak of nature. 2-1. Kelly is ready. He throws and Judge swings and misses. Big sweeper just up enough. That was a home run cut. And it's 2-2.
It's a backup sweeper. It started up and middle in, and it just kind of spun like a cement mixer. Stayed right there. Judge swung under it.
It's just crazy. 21 homers and 50 driven in. Will, this is the Yankees' 62nd game, and he's got an OPS of 1260 and is almost hitting 400.
Stupid.
2-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. That's good stuff from Zach Kelly. A fastball, and Judge not looking for it. He's gone. To the 4th inning we go.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Rafi Devers to lead it off for the Red Sox, trying to get something started, trailing 7-0 in the top of the 4th.
Don't you think you would have liked to see Buehler go one more there?
I would have.
He's 67 pitches.
It's 7-0. Pitch to Rafi is outside. I mean,
you look at the chances of winning this game. They're pretty much nothing. They're very low. Cover at least one more.
I totally agree. 1-0 to Devers. Oswaldo Peraza is in the game. Maybe the forearm or elbow is barking for Volpe. Plus, it's 7-0.
Yeah, rest it. Go in there, start treatment now. It'll be good tomorrow, I would assume.
Popped out. Nothing like facing Garrett Crochet with a sore elbow. 2-0 to Rafi. Pitch is skied foul, the third base side. Well, the Red Sox have fought this week. They've not won a lot, but when faced with these massive deficits, the hitters have stayed patient.
The issue is they've been fighting all year. It's been constant, close, high-leverage games, and it's just that wears on you. You're in June, and you feel like it's September.
Yeah, every at-bat feels big. 2-1. Hard ground ball on the right side, but right at LeMahieu, he goes to a knee, stumbles a little bit, throws to first to Goldschmidt. And there's one away. Think about the combined age of the right side of the infield for the New York Yankees. Compare that to some nights with the Red Sox where they got Christian Campbell at second base.
How old's LeMahieu? I know Goldie's 37.
Here's Willier. He pops it up behind DJ. And it'll be Goldschmidt there to make the play. So they are 73 years old combined, 36 and 37. And now with 2 down, here is Carlos Narvaez. But just to circle back, yes, I guess maybe trying to protect the arm or have a little empathy. I have a hard time thinking they're thinking, let's keep this a 7-run game in that dugout. I'm with you. Get 3 more outs, no matter what. Here's Narvaez. Love to see him have some fun in this series, given what he's meant to this team. Aaron Boone could not say enough great things about Narvaez to us before the game. Said he's just an absolute stud. 1-0. Pitch outside. Don't you feel like Aaron Boone is finally sort of like a man in full? Here's the manager of this club. Less pressure.
Yeah, it feels that way right now, at least. They can change. You can change quick here, as it does in Boston.
Yeah.
Right. He wins 90 games every year. He just hadn't been able to win the big one.
Yeah. 2-0 to Narvaez. Pitch way outside. He just seems so much more calm. You know, literally there were people saying if he didn't get to the World Series last year, he'd lose his job. And they just have not won the big series, the big game. But it's working right now. 3-0 to Narvaez. Pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. All right, Scora has that look on his face again. And the Red Sox dugout, like far too often this year. The 3-1 is another good one. Strike on the outside corner, 3-2. He must just be thinking, what more can I do? And I mean that seriously.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
3-2. Up and in, ball 4. That's pretty cool. Plate appearance by Narvaez, trailing by 7 to be that patient. He's aboard. Meanwhile, Craig Breslow is in Worcester tonight. Roman Anthony did not play in that game. They said just a regularly scheduled off day. And I'm out of the Roman Anthony prediction business.
I think we all are.
I would reiterate that he should be here, but that's not my call. 7-0 Yankees. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner, if for no other reason than just to inject a little juice.
Something, right? If you give people something to be excited about.
0-1. Abraham Toro, the batter with Narvaez at first. The pitch is popped up into center field. Grisham started back, then now comes in, and in a twilight sky, he makes the play, and the inning is over. Red Sox get a 2-out walk. That's it.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The future of baseball takes the field at the 2025 MLB Draft Combine. Get one-of-a-kind access to over 300 top prospects as we take you in the cage, on the field, and into the sky during 6 straight hours of live coverage, plus exclusive interviews with the players who could become your team's next superstar.
I've leg kicked for a while. I've kind of been flowy with my hands.
The 2025 MLB Draft Combine, June 17th at noon Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Cody Bellinger to lead it off against Zach Kelly, who is going to ride for a while. 7-0 Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. New York got 5 in the first, 2 unearned runs in the second. All that damage. Not off of Walker Buehler as Bellinger swings and misses at a good sweeper from Kelly. This inning, it'll be Bellinger, Goldschmidt, and Chisholm. Brought to you by Herb Chambers, Audi Burlington, and Audi Brookline. He's 0 for 2, but he's probably feeling a little lonely right now. Bellinger. Offensive onslaught. 0-1 is Lash foul. Third base side now to play. 0-2. John Henry's in town. The owners' meetings are in New York this week.
I haven't seen him here. Is he here today?
I didn't spot him.
I saw Raquel Ferreira.
Well, it just goes without saying there's a lot of thought going on right now. Has to be. On Jersey Street and beyond about what is going on and how to fix it. 0-2. That is just inside. Cut fastball, and it's 1-2.
It's a good pitch. Kelly looks good. He's kind of pitching backwards. A ton of change-ups and sweepers, but locating well.
He's needed that pitch that can get into lefties.
Yes.
1-2. Change-up, lob foul. Out of play. Good swing there by Bellinger to stay alive.
You know, and here's the thing is, I kind of hit on this earlier, that he's going to give them 30, 35 pitches, and they're going to have to replace him. And he's going to have to go back to Worcester.
Yep. And they don't have a lot of guys who are healthy down there that are big league arms anymore, given the workout this Pan has gotten. 1-2's ripped down the line. That's into the corner. Another 2-strike breaking ball that's pounded. Abreu bobbles it. Bellinger didn't notice it. That's a good thing. Let's throw wide of second base. I don't think Cody was going to get to third anyway, but something about Abreu, balls on the ground. It was just a cement mixer that Bellinger just ripped into the corner in right. I do owe you the New England Chevy dealers question of the day. Well, it's sort of outdated a little bit.
Oh boy. What is it?
Of the upcoming 6 matchups with the Yankees in the next 10 days, how many do the Red Sox need to win to stay in it? So the next 5, basically.
So 6 is probably out.
Goldschmidt is inside. It was a good-hearted, spirited question at the time. That's no longer relevant. It isn't. I mean, division, staying with the Yankees, none of that's relevant.
I'm not. I don't think anybody's thinking about winning the division right now. I think you're thinking about just trying to get hot and grab a wild card spot.
1-0. That's a strike. I'll take it a step further, Will. It's about staying alive right now.
No, I'm with you.
I mean, there are, what,
trust me, you're not going to catch me talking about playoffs right now.
No.
No.
I think there are 3 or 4 teams lower than them entirely in the American League standings.
Yeah.
1-1 to Paul Goldschmidt. 7-0 Yanks. Big swing and a miss and a fastball, and it's 1-2. Again, teams that can go on sustained runs, get real hot, do it with starting pitching.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, there's 4 months of baseball left. You can go one of 2 ways.
1-2. Here's the pitch. And it's a soft ground ball back to the mound. Nice play by Kelly. He gloves and throws underhand to first. That was really athletic by Zach. And the inning is going to continue here. That's only the first out. It just feels like 1 = 3. So that's a productive out there for Goldschmidt. He moves Bellinger over to third. What you said is so true. I mean, and the answers have got to come from within. Nobody's walking through that door, as the old saying would go. Guys like Giolito, Buehler, Fitz, Dobbins, who'll pitch Sunday, got to be better. Here's Jazz Chisholm, who's had a big night. He takes downstairs a breaking ball. Cutter, 1-0.
Well, also you start thinking about, a month and a half from now, there's some guys on this team might not be on this team anymore. They keep losing ball games.
It's coming right around the corner at this rate. I think particularly about big bullpen arms. 1-0 to Chisholm. Pitch. That's a good one from Kelly. Sweeper, and it's 1-1.
Chisholm's in his third at bat in the fourth right now. He's homer and a single and 4 RBIs. Goodness.
1 ball, 1 strike. Infield in for the Red Sox, trailing 7-0. I think Narvaez had some issues with the pitch comm. He's trying to communicate that to Mark Wagner. Chisholm is complaining. Jazz, it's 7-0. Now, the Yankees feel like they've gotten the best version of Chisholm. But he's not everybody's favorite. 1-1. But he had a huge home run in the first inning of this game. Singled thereafter. Kelly throws. Chisholm chops it foul. First base side.
I did hear how close Jazz and Alex Verdugo were.
Yeah, well.
Not surprised. They kind of seem like they would go well together.
Similar weighted chains. The Yankees have loosened all their restrictions. You can wear more chains. You can grow a beard.
He's got a pretty modest chain on for him tonight.
Yeah, it's true. And now he'll call for time. That's just gamesmanship by him. Again, it's 7-0 Yankees in the fourth inning.
To your point, they don't let off the gas, man.
No, they don't. Runner at third, 1 down, infield in. Kelly sets, he throws, and a foul back to the screen. That was a sweeper, and Jazz took a big rip at that. It stays 1-2. Fourth inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car, donate today, and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at Cars for Kids, and of course that is Cars with a K. Kelly at the belt. He throws, and Chisholm, a little cue shot foul off the end of the bat. When Kelly came up, and the changeup was so elite. He missed so many bats. That has gone away a little bit as he's not been able to pound the zone as often.
Yeah, he's also been throwing the sweeper a lot more, and that was a pitch he really developed over the last year and a half. It's given him a different look, but he's fallen in love with it.
1-2. Again, here it is. And Chisholm backed away with a cutter. It's 7-0 Yankees. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org. 2-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. That was a really good changeup from Kelly. And Chisholm is gone. He's going to run halfway down the line with a bat in his hand. I don't know that throw was necessary, but in the end, strikeout complete. That's 3 for Kelly. And there's Jason Dominguez.
Yeah, the changeup, to your point, Will, looks really good today. Up until this point, he's only thrown it 12% of the time this season, which is crazy how much he used to throw it. It does look pretty good here.
Some slumped shoulders in the Red Sox third base dugout. You can understand that. Here's Dominguez swinging a foul at a good sweeper. Strike 1. Dominguez singled in the first and scored on the Volpe homer, and then was walked by Buehler in the second. Red Sox bullpen is quite well. Kelly's just going to go and go. He's thrown 30 pitches. The 0-1. Infield backed up. Fastball misses high and outside. The shame, in addition to just the macro level, that this season is sort of slipping away on the 6th day of June, is that these games are supposed to be the best games of the year.
Yep.
So fun to come here and feel the energy of this place. And from the jump tonight, gone. 1-1. Pitch is called a ball. Inside fastball. Alex Bregman, we saw him earlier today, and said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I'm a big series guy. Here to come give the team a lift." Of course, it's not gone so well yet. 2-1 is swung on and missed. I would think that he's going to be a guy to speak up after this one.
You would think so. Well, I'm glad he's here. I saw him in the lobby of the hotel, and I was thinking, all right, well, I was not expecting to see your face walking through here. Also good to hear how well his rehab's going.
He thinks he's way ahead of schedule.
I hope so.
They need it big time. 2-2. Pitch. Way outside. I mean, really, after the first week that Bregman was gone, when the starters fell apart and the wheels kind of fell off this season for the time being, I think all of us were thinking, well, just stay alive until he can get back, Bregman. And to me, that still very much is the charge for this team. 3-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Good stuff by Kelly. That was a great cut fastball, and he strikes out Dominguez. 4 punch-outs for Zach. However, after 4, it's...
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the...
Marcelo Meyer leading it off in the top of the 5th innings. 7-0 Yankees. The pitch. Marcelo fouls it off. He's cooled off since a pretty good start. And the one thing that Craig Breslow has said about Roman Anthony, which I completely agree with, is that they want to avoid bringing their young players up into bad environments. And, you know, this is one for sure, as Meyer is right in the middle of it. He takes a pitch outside, and it's 1-1.
So you're just not going to bring guys up because you're losing? You know, it's like at some point there's nothing left to prove down there, and it's time to, even if you're not in it here, start developing him so we can get those big league nerves out of the way.
1-1 to Marcelo. High drive into deep right field. It is back. It is gone. Marcelo Meyer's first big league home run comes at Yankee Stadium, and it is 7-1 Yankees.
You know what, Will? This is where you're begging them to throw it back. As if you're Marcelo Meyer. Throw it. They're chanting, throw it back. It's his first career homer. I'm waiting for it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, how I wish.
But hey, how awesome is that for Marcelo?
It is great, but how I wish I could have gotten more.
It's his first career homer. I'm waiting for it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, how I wish.
But hey, how awesome is that for Marcelo?
It is great, but how I wish I could have gotten more into it than that. I mean, it is great that it comes here. You hope it's the first of many into that short porch. Who knows? Maybe it's a spark to start something here tonight. Now Trevor's Story. That is a great, memorable moment for him.
Sure was.
Here's the pitch. Story takes a fastball inside.
And it never came back.
This
place has changed.
They'll get it.
Yeah, they'll get it, but now he's going to have to give up some bats and some cleats.
Devers is going to have to sign something.
Devers might have to play first.
1-0 is a high fly ball into right field. Judge back at the warning track is there to make the play. And there's one away. Well, that would only be if a Red Sox fan caught it. What a beautiful swing that was from Marcelo.
Yeah, they're showing the replay now, and just center cut, 93 miles an hour. Knew it when he hit it. Fan actually made a nice catch on it, too.
Marcelo has as sweet a swing as you can have. Wow.
It's always beautiful when they slow-mo it and the bat doesn't vibrate at all. It just means you just click it. Perfect.
The Yes Network has got some sick cameras
drone
here.
Footage.
Yeah, from behind home plate. So run in on Marcelo's first big league big fly. Here's David Hamilton, 7-1 Yanks. The pitch is inside. I love that he took it in stride. I mean, a score has a lot to do with that. And again, sort of a muted response in the dugout, and you get that too.
Yeah, that's how it goes, right? It's the big leagues when you're getting your butt kicked.
1-0. Hamilton swings and misses.
Not going to see guys jumping for joy because of a homer to cut the lead to 6.
But still, the first one out of the way is great.
But great feeling. You don't want to take that away from the kid because you never get another first homer in the show.
Well, and what better place to have it than right here?
Yeah.
1-1 is a strike on the outside corner. Do you remember, after you hit your first one, is a weight lifted?
A little bit, yeah. Mine was in a spot where it tied the game, We ended up playing 17 innings that day, though. It was awful.
Humble brag. 1-2 to David Hamilton. The pitch is outside. Who were you playing? Who was it off of? And
Tommy Hunter, Baltimore.
At Camden?
No, at Fenway.
All right.
First pitch, grand slam.
Come on.
Tommy, big first pitch curveball.
Wait, did you go up there looking for that?
Yeah, I did. I did. He loved to go to that with runners on.
2-2. Pitch is a strike. At the bottom of the zone, Hamilton is gone. 2 down. So your first major league home run is a game-tying grand slam?
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, so we end up going to play. It wasn't late in the game. It was 5th, 6th inning, but we end up going extras, way extras, 16, 17 innings. Darnell McDonald ends up giving up a homer to Adam Jones to lose it. That's where we were at.
No way.
Yeah, and it was on a getaway day, so all the guys were mad at me because we were late getting into Kansas City.
Sidon Rafaela takes a strike. That's the longest game ever in Pawtucket where, it went 33 innings, but in the 21st inning, Rochester takes the lead, and then Wade Boggs ties it at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
0-1 to Sidon is skied into center field, but it'll hang up off the end of the bat. Trent Grisham makes the play, inning over. Well, it's not a great night at all for the Red Sox, but that is a great moment for what most people hope is the next great start.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. It was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Watch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Ardino is on here for the Red Sox. Shame to use him in a 7-1 game in the bottom of the fifth, but that's where the Red Sox are right now. Marcelo Meyer has hit his first big league home run. League leaders in Who's Circling the Drain, presented by Drains by James. Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining at Drains by James. They give a poop about your pipes. You know, it's not going to surprise you to know that Aaron Judge has the highest OPS in baseball. 1256, that was coming in before a double and a single. Here's Oswald Peraza, who came on for Volpe. He was hit by a pitch. Bernie throws, and like always, he dots the corner with a cut fastball, and it's 0-1. Listen to the top, let's just do 10 in baseball in OPS. Judge, Freeman, Ohtani, Cal Raleigh's been unreal. 0-1, swing and a miss. Pete Alonso, I think the Mets have got to extend him right now.
Oh, my God, he's been in fuego.
Kyle Schwarber, what he might have looked like in a Red Sox uniform. Bregman's still 7th while he qualifies. O'Hearn, and I still think the most silent superstar in the game, Jose Ramirez, who was here last night, the 0-2. Soft ground ball foul inside of third.
Is J. Ram the most underrated, unappreciated superstar in the game?
Yes.
I mean, we're getting close to 300 homers, 300 stolen bases for him.
Yeah. And a really good defensive player, great base runner, instinctive. For me, clear Hall of Famer. 0-2 is a ground ball foul on the first base side. He shattered the bat there. Remains 0-2. The Guardians, they make it to the postseason pretty often. I mean, in fact, an epic ALCS with these Yankees last year. But
for so long, that division was pretty weak, right?
Yeah. And now, what do they send 3-4 teams to the playoffs every year?
Now Kansas City, who I think is a really good team, is what, 4th in that division?
Tigers' best record in baseball. 0-2 to Peraza. Pitch. Chopper foul. Inside of third. 7-1 Yankees in the bottom of the fifth. That's the other problem for the Red Sox. You're right. The division is, I mean, the playoffs are not to sound like Jim Mora, but playoffs, come on. But if you get back in it, the Central's a problem. 0-2, swing and a miss. He got him, and Bernardino fans Peraza for the first out in the bottom of the fifth. There are only so many spots, even in the expanded field. Really good job by Zach Kelly. I mean, people won't talk about it, but they needed those 2 innings. 4 strikeouts. I thought that was a really good changeup that he had.
His changeup, that's the best it's been all year from what I've seen.
Here's Austin Wells, left-handed hitter, chop foul, first base side.
You know, so often we talk about these guys.
Playoffs?
Now's not the time, Joe.
No one's laughing, Joe.
Now's not the time.
Just 1 hit against Zach Kelly. 0-1 to Wells, who singled and popped out to short. They play him to pull. Yeah, Bernie bounces a changeup. Well, Meyer becomes the second #1 prospect in about 10, 12 years to hit his first career home run in this ballpark. You were here for the other. Here's the 1-1, and it's grounded on the right side into the outfield. That's a base hit. Abreu plays it on the ground, and Austin Wells is aboard with a 1-out single.
That'd be bogey?
That would be.
Left center over the bullpen out there. It was like 450, I'm pretty sure. It's a tank to go over the bullpen.
You know, what's amazing is that was just sort of like a preview of what was to come, because he came up, he was kind of like a ground ball hitter, you know?
Yeah, had that like long, he kind of swung down a little bit, and then they tweaked it. He started launching more. God, what a good, just human being that guy was.
And still is.
Still is. He's still with us.
7-1 Yankees. Pitch misses outside.
More like when I was around him every day.
You know, what was it like, Will? Because, you know, I remember vividly watching that 13 World Series. You were right in the middle of it. For a guy, he's wearing a number in the 70s on his back.
72.
1-0. The pitch is up and away. You know, one of the things that made him such a special player and talent was that he'd grow into power and fabulous natural athlete. But in a 2-strike count especially, he just had this sort of magic wand. He could find holes. 2-0. Bernardino with double play depth behind him. 7-1 Yankees in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch inside. I mean, he got a lot of big hits in that World Series.
He did. It's like, and you play the hot hand too, because he late in that Tiger series, he got some big hits. And then as the World Series went on, he kept finding spots to plug him in and play, and it's like he'd been there before.
3-0 is a ball. That's a very rare 4-pitch walk for Bernardino. I think he gets a pass on a couple levels here, Bernardino. Number one, he's pitched so much, 16 times in the month of May. And also, this is a situation he's not familiar with at all. Low leverage.
Yeah, that's a good point. Still another 9-hole batter, right?
286 batting average this season between the 8 and 9 hitters against the Red Sox. That's incredible.
Can't happen, right?
What do you think the league? I mean, first of all, the league batting average overall is in the 230s,
240 maybe. Yeah.
So 8 and 9 hitters got to be well below that. 2 on, 1 out as the pitch misses upstairs to Trent Grisham. Well, this becomes real trouble. I mean, it's 7-1, but Grisham at the plate, 2 on, 1 out, and number 99 on deck.
Yeah, here's where you hope that little cutter off the end, little double play ball, and you don't have to face him with guys on.
0-1. That's a strike. Inside corner. Bernardino has faced Judge, and it has not gone well. 2 for 2 with a homer. So don't see him with the bases loaded. 7-1 Yankees, 2 on, 1 out. Grisham. We were asking Aaron Boone before the game, who's the guy we wouldn't think of that's your unheralded hero? Actually, I'll correct that. I asked him that. The 0-2 pitch is strike 3 called. Great pitch there by Bernardino. And there are 2 away. I swear to goodness, not in this situation. And maybe not ever. But Buck Showalter might think about it, and I might too. Walking Judge with the bases to load the bases. I'm serious. In a tight spot, big game, especially with the lefty Bellinger on deck. I mean, if you played this out, if this is October, I would be walking Judge right here. They're not going to do it here, obviously. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch, and Judge swings and misses. Great curveball. I love the stones on Bernardino, and it's 0-1.
He's going to go right after you, right? He trusts his stuff. He knows what it takes. You got to love that about Bernie.
0-1. Here's the pitch. Hard ground ball to third, past the dive of Meyer into left field. Duran comes up throwing. They're going to send the runner, and the throw up the line. It hits the base runner, and that's a run in for the Yankees. They lead 8-1. Austin Wells was lumbering down the line. Duran's throw was just to the inside of it. That's just how it's been going. It's an RBI hit for Judge, and it's 8-1 New York.
Yeah, that throw from Duran literally would have crossed right over home plate. But you want it just a little more inside for that reason, exactly right there, where it hits the base runner and kicks away, and probably going to give them an error for that because the base runner's moved up. That's a tough error to eat.
Yeah, Judge moved to second on that one for sure. It is an error on Duran. That's one that is just not all that indicative of the play. Here's Cody Bellinger waiting. The pitch to him is strike. Not that the Red Sox are going to be in that position to make that choice against Judge. I swear to God, Will, in the playoffs and beyond, I would think so long and hard about putting that guy on in a big spot.
Yeah, why not, right? I mean, that's the best hitter in baseball. There's no question in that.
Eight-1 Yanks. The 0-1 to Bellinger upcoming with second and third. Bernardino throws, and Bellinger takes strike on the outside corner. Of course, the benefit, of course, is that, it's not like Aaron Boone would ever counter and lift Bellinger with a lefty on the mound. That's the 9th 3-hit game of the year for Aaron Judge. Come on. 0-2 is a high fly into right field. Abreu back in front of the warning track is there to make the play, and the inning is over. Judge does it again, drives in a run. It's 8-1 Yanks after 5.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by BetMGM. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
As we go into the 6th inning, Duran has twice struck out. Will Warren lines one, rather Duran lines a breaking ball into the corner in right field. That's a base hit. Duran is running hard. He's around first, into second. Is he thinking about third? He is. That is amazing. The throw to third is just a little late. I mean, that's his DNA, but in an 8-1 game, that is a real risk to take for Jaron, especially with Judge's arm in right. However, it's a triple to begin things here in the 6th.
Well, that's just Jaron Duran for you, right? And right before we came back from break, you look at me, we're going to score 6 this inning. I kind of rolled my eyes at you, and then boom, triple. Here we go.
Will Warren did not line that ball. Duran lined it off of him. Take it. It was sort of lizardish going around the base paths. Here's Raffy. He's 0 for 2. I mean, the Red Sox, look, this game is about Walker Buehler, no doubt about it. Poor defense again. Here's Devers. It's popped to short and grounded to second. The pitch is up and in. But it is always in this offense about the top 2, Duran and Devers. And it's no surprise that they did not score through the first 5 when neither of those two got on base. 1-0. To Devers, the pitch is high. This is a spot where you absolutely want Devers to be super patient. Now you're trailing by 7.
Yeah.
Abreu on deck, then Narvaez. 2 balls, no strikes. Duran at third. The pitch is called a strike. Really didn't have to be, but maybe dotted at the bottom of the zone. Warren's having a good night.
Oh. That's just 66 pitches. Buehler had 67. And we're in the 6th.
2-1 to Raffy. Loves this ballpark. He fouls this one off on the third base side. So anyway, before the game, we were talking to Aaron Boone, and I asked him who's been the player that's off the radar that I wouldn't have thought of. And you, Will Middlebrooks, said, oh, it has to be Grisham, right?
Well, there was a long pause, and he was thinking, and I was like, what do you got on Grisham? And he's like, yeah, that's the one.
2-2 is down and in. I asked the manager, not you.
Well, you know what? I tag along sometimes.
That was fun to check in with him. It's such a weird thing because they're the enemy, the Yankees are.
I hate liking that guy. Same with Judge. You know, one of my best friends is an assistant pitching coach with these guys, Preston Claiborne. I played with him with the Rangers back in the day.
3-2 to Devers. The pitch is inside. He walked him well. That's good stuff from Devers. And the Red Sox have him at first and third. So, all right, an opportunity now for Wilyer Abreu. He then went on to say, as J.C. Escar, their backup catcher, was in the cage, he said, look, this guy's a great, legit two-way player. And then that sort of transitioned into the talk about Carlos Narvaez. Yes. That's how good their catching department has been, that in a way Narvaez was sort of expendable.
Yeah, and Booney said, look, I loved Narvaez. We all knew he was going to be a really good player. But we had A, B, and C, and we didn't necessarily need him.
Here comes Abreu with first and third. The pitch is way outside. I mean, this is, a sort of a touchy spot here for Warren. And you would think that he should just pump fastballs to Abreu, who's had a hard time with those. And again, as we said with Devers, you want Abreu to be patient here. 1-0.
Yeah, you got to treat this like a 3-0 pitch.
It is pop foul. He did not treat it like a 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball sort of the bottom of the zone, right? And it's 1-1.
Well, I'd rather Wilyer attack the fastball. Because with this four-seamer, you have to tell yourself, I got to get him down. Because his four-seam at the top of the zone does get some swing and miss. So that was probably one he was looking for.
1-1. First and third, Devers and Duran. Pitch is pop foul on the third base side for Wilyer. Amazingly, this is just his 8th game here. He's had some injury stuff, Abreu has. And with the 0 for 2 tonight, he's now just 2 for 22 here. That doesn't make sense in this ballpark.
Yeah, Wilyer is kind of flexing his side a little bit or back, or, I'll worry about an oblique. He keeps kind of twisting. I saw that right after the swing. I'm surprised no one's checking on him right now. But he called time, and he's still trying to stretch, and you got to be real careful here.
Yeah.
I've been there with obliques before. You feel it a little bit at first. Be careful.
1-2. Here's the pitch, and it's pop foul on the third base side. Looking at Abreu's face, he really does not look comfortable at all.
He doesn't, but I was waiting for more of a grimace after that swing after the fact. So that makes you think, okay, I'm not too worried here.
8-1 Yankees, top 6, 2 on, none out. Alex Cora misses nothing. He's like a hawk watching him in the dugout. 1-2 pitch. It is drilled high into center field. Grisham does have room in front of the track. Duran will tag at third. He'll come home easily to score. It's a sacrifice fly for Abreu. And it is 8-2. Wilyer is moving sort of gingerly and awkwardly, kind of keeping his right arm close to his body as he runs. That's weird.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on. I mean, he put a good pass on. Those last 2 swings were good. Yeah. Just missed that one. So I wouldn't be too concerned. Just maybe a little tightness.
So here now Narvaez. Devers at first, a run in. One down in this 6th inning. Pitch is outside. Code word of the game is New York Yankees, all mashed into one. New York Yankees. Enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. And is something up with Warren? I'm not sure. Maybe the catcher, Wells, just wants to say, hey, we need to come in here a little bit more. Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. I'd love to see Narvaez get one. And by the way, in this ballpark, he could definitely get one out to right.
What was that, his first at bat? He just missed one?
Yeah.
And he flew out to deep right center, right in front of the wall.
So the leadoff triple produces a run. Trying to make it kind of a crooked number here. Red Sox trailing by 6 in the 6th. Carlos Narvaez is just such a lovable young man. Plays with a real joy. Looks you in the eye. You just get the sense that he's just thrilled to be here. And by the way, he's blossoming into a really good big league player.
Yeah, I just love his mannerisms, and it's just so calm, right? You don't see that from young players.
1-0. Pitch is down. And I asked him if his family was here for this one. He said, not yet. We need to. They'll be in Boston, obviously, but such a special trip for him. We also saw Pablo Reyes before the game today.
Yeah,
that was cool.
That's right, yeah.
2-0. Rafi leading at first. Here's the pitch, and Carlos takes a ball. I mean, he did this in the 4th inning with 2 outs and the bases empty. That time, Red Sox were trailing 7-0. And he will be taking here, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Unless there's, 5 guys on base for him.
Toro's on deck. The pitch is taken for a ball. I mean, Warren cannot do that. That's his 2nd walk of the inning. You wonder how much more patient Aaron Boone will be. I mean, it's still 8-2. But 2 walks, that's asking for trouble.
Yeah, I was almost going to say this is a good time for a mound visit. Might get some movement out in the bullpen.
Yeah, and they will do it. Blake, the Yankee pitching coach, one of the real good guys in the game. And indeed, that's exactly what will happen. They will get a lefty up. I think it's probably Tim Hill. No, it's Brent Hedrick. They'll save Hill for sort of the higher leverage situation.
Not there yet.
Well, maybe Toro could make it a little bit more that way. Subaru New England Scoreboard. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 25 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Minnesota leads Toronto 3-2 after 4. The Rays already finished at Steinbrenner Field. They beat the Marlins 4-3. Only the Marlins could get the Rockies hot. They swept their first series of the year, the Rockies did. Colorado now hosting the Mets in the top of the third. The Mets feel like they really wasted a great opportunity to win a series against the LA Dodgers. They just didn't do it. Those games have been fabulous, Dodgers-Mets. All right, here's Abraham Toro, who is a good fit for this ballpark. He's singled and flied to center, 2-on-1 out the pitch. Inside a fastball, and Warren has sort of lost it a little bit here.
Yeah, you're going to want to just kind of wait him out, see if he can throw strikes. I know, look, you want to be aggressive, take a big swing, short porch and right, make this an 8-5 game, but you got to make him come to you.
Marcelo Meyer is on deck. I think if Warren loses, Toro's a chance. It's his last hitter, as amazing as that is. 1-0 to Toro. Pitch is high with a fastball. 80th pitch. He doesn't have it right now.
You know, we were talking to David Cohn before this game, and he said, look, I love this guy's stuff. He has legit strikeout stuff with the fastball and that sweeper, but he can just lose it. Just like we're seeing right now, that command can disappear.
Another time short porch with Toro I'd be good with setting him loose. Not here. Down 6. 2-1, 1 out pitch is taken for a ball. That's really good by Toro. Close, but I think it was in, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, Mark Wegner did not give him that call on the corner just because he's been so erratic here in this inning.
Well, this will also be a take, you would think.
I would bet my house on it.
3-0 is taken all the way. That was a strike on the outside corner.
Get to keep my house.
Recently, you've sort of been the owner of 2 of them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
1 to spare.
I think my wife, makes good money because I work for free.
3-1 to Abraham Toro. 2-on, 1 out. 8-2 Yankees. The pitch is drilled down the right field line toward the pole and foul. Man, in this part, that was fun, but it was a laser beam foul, and it's 3-2. Well, one swing could make this a more fun evening. 8-2 Yankees. Devers at second. Narvaez at first. 3-2 to Toro. Here's the pitch, and he takes ball 4. That is an awful inning for Will Warren. 3 walks. They're loaded up, and decision time for Aaron Boone. He can't let him face Meyer here, can he?
No chance.
No, he's coming out. He took an extra beat just to buy a little extra time for the bullpen. But he'll, I would think, bring in the lefty Hedrick to face Marcelo. And in this spot, I think Alex will let it ride with the kid who hit his first big league home run here.
For sure.
8-2 Red Sox, but they got him loaded. Prediction brewing at the moment. Left-hander Hedrick coming on.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin.
So we got Romy.
Well,
no Marcelo.
As we come back, Alex Cora's kind of going for it. And you know what? Trailing by 6, bases loaded. You probably don't think you'll get another chance this good to make it a game. So here comes Gonzalez.
Take your shot.
How about that? You hit your first big league home
See
run.
you, bud. Thanks for your...
Here's Romy. He pops it foul on the first base side now to play. Romy's been really good since coming back off the injured list. Overall this year, 297. Remember, last year he hit 3 pinch hit home runs.
That's right.
Man, we do love one of those right here. Heck, you just take a hit at this point. Loaded up with one out to pitch. Romy takes way outside from Hendrick, the left-hander.
Yeah, Hendrick's got a really good four-seamer. One of those risers. It's going to average about 94, 95 on it. Throws it a lot, too. Top of the zone. Big, tall. 6'6", 240. Gets on you pretty quick.
1-1. The pitch is drilled into left field. That's down for a hit. Devers is going to score, and right behind him, Narvaez will follow. Slide at first. He is safe. Is Abraham Toro, man alive. Aggressive base running. That's a 2-run hit for Romy. That's going to be a double for Gonzalez. Alex Cora pushes some chips in, and it's 8-4.
Well, I'll tell you what. Got a change-up right there. We're talking about the fastball that Hendrick throws about 75% of the time. Goes to a change-up knowing Romy Gonzalez is good versus lefties, bases loaded spot. Goes to his third best pitch. Romy stays through it, smokes it to left.
My homie. It's fitting to do it here in this ballpark since John Sterling gave me his blessing for that. Now Trevor's Story. The pitch is skied down the right field line toward the corner, and the pole, it is slicing just foul. Man, that's the shortest part of this ballpark.
Where's pesky pole when you need it?
Yeah, Cedon played that game yesterday. That would have been out at Fenway, I think.
Yeah,
As it is a high, deep foul 0-1. You got to get at least one of these and probably both in right here.
Absolutely. Make this a ball game.
Second and third, only one out. Story has struck out and flied to right. 3 walks in the inning, the pitch. Trevor swings and misses at a fastball very late there, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, tough matchup for Trevor Story with his 6'6" Hedrick, but that fastball that gets on you. Got some rise at the top of the zone, and that's what Trevor has really been his kryptonite here.
I loved the shot of Marcelo Meyer in the Red Sox dugout. He was the loudest cheerleader when Romy got that knock. Now he can just sit there and say, hey, hit my first career homer here. 0-2 to Story. The pitch is fouled back. Man, he was on that thing. 95, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, that one was down in the zone. That's the one you got to take advantage of from Hedrick, because once it gets up high in the zone and above it, that's where it gets really tough to make good contact.
8-4 now. Second and third with one down. Second and third they lead. The 0-2 is way outside. Good take there by Trevor. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Do you think that sets up that slider?
Yeah, that's what the textbook tells you. Now, not on purpose. Austin Wells was setting up and in when that fastball. Hedrick just missed, but we'll see if they adjust.
1-2, the pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out. Fastball, and Story comes up empty. And now they'll lift Hamilton for Rob Refsnyder. So Alex Cora is absolutely going for it right here. He knows that Hedrick has to face this hitter. And with Rafaela on deck, I think that Aaron Boone will let him face Refsnyder here, especially in a 4-run game. Such a wasted chance there by Story. It's a spot where they're conceding another run. It's still only the 6th inning. If you make it 8-5, that's a big deal. I'll see now if Refsnyder can pick him up.
Yeah, and it's a good move just because, to your point, you have to face 3 batters. This would be the third one, so you can't lift them anyways.
Story now 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. After he was looking like he got a little bit hot, he has cooled considerably. And those are the spots right there that have just crushed the Red Sox. Just not even putting balls in play, but now it's Refsnyder trying to erase that strikeout. 3 runs in, looking for much more. The pitch. Rob takes a ball. That was low, a fastball, and it's 1-0. Refsnyder this year against lefties, .289 with 3 homers. 1-0. The pitch is outside. Good take there. Called a strike. Come on. That cannot be a strike from Mark Wegner. It cannot. That was 4 inches off the plate. And instead of 2-0, it's 1-1. Come on. Toro at third. Romy at second. 1-1 is the same pitch and the same call. That one actually bottom of the zone. That was a strike, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, much better than the previous one.
It just drives me crazy how missed calls like that change an entire at-bat. Refsnyder, a really good 2-strike hitter. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Rob swings and misses. He strikes out, and the inning is over. Well, some really good from the Red Sox, and then more of the same. Back-to-back strikeouts with runners at second and third. 8-4, bottom 6 next.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by BetMGM. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
I feel like they left some runs out there as Cooper Criswell is on as we go to the bottom of the 6th. If you want to win free groceries for a year and prizes like $500 at Shaw's gift card, or maybe make your kid an honorary Bat Kid, enter the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Spend $50, get your code, and enter. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. The pitch to him misses outside for ball 1. Now this is awesome. Alex Bregman began the game with a mustache. Here's a high fly that's trouble into deep right field. Abreu back at the wall. Abreu leaps and he can't get it. Into the front row, opposite field homer. Yankee Stadium special, and it's 9-4 New York.
Well, that ball off the bat, I'm going, all right, nice. A little first batter fly out to right. This thing just keeps on carrying out of here. It's a sinker, inner third, knee high. Goldschmidt mishits it out to right.
It's amazing, Criswell very rarely pitched down at the AAA level. Red Sox trying to keep him sharp. In his Red Sox time, he's basically been awesome as an opener or starter and not nearly as good out of the bullpen as Jazz Chisholm. Takes a pitch inside. They got 2-0 up on the video board. I didn't see an automatic ball called. Pitch is ripped into center field, a base hit. Well, homer and a hit after the 3 runs come across, and Chisholm is aboard. Jason Dominguez. Bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again, NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. So wait a minute. So did he have a full mustache and get rid of it entirely, or did he just trim it in?
No, that's a full mustache. And then it was
Adios.
gone. It was gone.
I mean, that's a true gamer, isn't it?
Yeah, we're a little crazy.
Here's the pitch. That is a strike. I heard Kevin Millar on several networks talking about, you're down, shave your heads. I won't use his colorful language to describe what they look like on the airplane, but I mean, there's something to it in this game. Here's a pitch that fouled off on the third base side, and it's 0-2. So leadoff homer for Goldschmidt. A base hit. That of Jazz Chisholm. Refsnyder's in left, Romy at first. Cedon is on the infield now. Is that a harbinger of things to come? Duran in center. The pitch is down. And that would be one of the real solutions to get Roman Anthony to the big leagues, is have Cedon be back into that super utility role. So Toro at third, Story short, Cedon at second, Romy at first. With Refsnyder in left, Duran in center, and Willier in right.
So ideally, Cedon makes a couple sick plays.
2-1 is high in the air into right field, shallow. Abreu's there to make the play. And there's one away because, of course, Christian Campbell's really struggling at that spot.
Look, it's not my job to say this, but he needs to go get right. And what that takes, regardless of the contract you sign him to, even more so you sign him to that contract. You got to go get him right.
A lot of really great players have gone down in their rookie years and come back better.
Trout.
Heard of him.
Yeah.
Oswald Peraza. He swings and misses at a sinker from Chris. Well, this copyrighted broadcast presented by Authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Counts and descriptions may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. 9-4 Yanks. Runner goes. High fastball throw from Narvaez is not in time. Cedon came in front of the bag and then had to lunge back to try to tag Chisholm. And it's a stolen base for Jazz.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but have you seen Cedon taking any ground balls?
I really haven't.
I haven't seen him take any. I mean, I know he's that athlete, right? Yep. He's not going to grade out metrically as like a super above average infielder, but as long as he can be average and it allows you to bring up Anthony's bat, I'm all for it.
Cedon trying to keep Jazz close as Peraza takes a pitch outside. You're right about just getting him comfortable, proving that he can make those plays on the dirt, because it does open the door to so many other things.
I don't like taking him out of center field.
2-1 is outside. He's spectacular there.
He is, and I feel like he has the opportunity to win a lot of awards out there. And once again, we're finding ourselves as an organization needing to take him out of his primary position for other reasons.
3-1. Runner goes again. Throw to third. Not this time, Jazz. Actually, head first slide. He's safe. Wow. I thought the throw from Narvaez was going to get there. It was an awesome jump.
Take a look, because he kind of slid past the bag. Sometimes there's a little area where hands come off before the lower body reaches the base.
They're consulting the video room, and time is running out. And they will look. Yeah. And you must be right there, Will, because that's he's out.
He's out.
He slid through the bag. And the glove was still on him. He beat the throw. By the way, I despise that rule.
Boston is challenging the state.
Oh, it's a dumb rule. It's a dumb rule. It's so hard to stay in contact with the bag at full speed all the time like that.
But you'll take advantage of it. I mean, he had the oven mitt on, and it just came past the bag. That's a good job by Toro.
It's a very good job by Toro realizing that. And he tagged him and just stared at the umpire thinking, did you see that? But from the umpire's vantage point, he couldn't see that detail. I mean, he beat the throw by a ton. That sliding mitt, oven mitt, whatever you want to call it, slid right over the bag. And before his lower body, which in this case was his lower leg, knee, foot area,
he's going to be out.
Base, I mean, he's out. I mean, there's no question.
By the way, that pitch was ball four, that fastball, so it's going to be a runner at first.
Well, this is just,
By the way, that's just not a good baseball play.
He's just trying to pad his stats.
Chris Will's totally on the ropes. A homer, a hit, 2 walks. It's incredible that he just made that choice. That's going to be a big second out for Griswold. They have to get this right in the replay review center. That's not even close.
No, he's out.
The only question they might be considering is once the hand goes over, does the left knee come to the bag with the glove still on it? It doesn't.
It doesn't. Toro's glove is still in his tricep at that point.
Yeah.
And, they can. They just showed Chisholm and he goes, I'm off right there.
He is out. This one should not take as long as it has. Maybe a busy night. Friday in New York. It's 9-4 Yankees. The Subaru of New England scoreboard. Toronto leads Minnesota now 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Padres 1, Brewers nothing in the top of the 6th. 4-2 Houston over Cleveland, bottom 9. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 25 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Mike Brenly is just so good at this. Take all the angles, slow them down. What are they waiting for? Nate Tomlinson, the third base umpire. It was hard to see from his angle, whether the glove was still on that elbow there. But it was. And here we go. It sounds like, and looks like they're hearing from New York. Here we go.
After review, the call in the field is overturned. The runner came off the bag and was tagged. He is out. Boston will retain their challenge.
A good call there by Will Middlebrooks. Really good throw and a better play by Toro down there at third.
That's the thing. In today's game with the replay, you have to keep the tag on regardless of if they're out or not. You apply the tag, hold it on, and just hope that something like that happens.
There's Austin Wells now with a runner at first and 2 down. They're up 9-4. That is such a bad play by Chisholm. You can't even explain it.
It's a selfish play, right? He's just trying to pad his stats right there.
2 down, runner at first. Here's Wells, who's singled twice and popped to short. Throw to first. They almost got him there. Look, it is the rule. Bravo to the Red Sox for taking advantage of it. It's silly. That's not the spirit of baseball. The idea is if you slide into a base ahead of a ball or a tag, you're safe.
Yeah.
Pitch is down to Wells.
What about the vicinity rule?
Neighborhood?
Same thing.
I like that one. Keep guys safe. But that's at least a little more cut and dry.
I just mean as far as infielders tap in the bag, when they're coming
across.
Turn a double play when it's not close.
1-0 is strike on the inside corner. I can at least
live
with that.
You don't see it as much, I guess.
You don't. You want the foot to hit the bag.
And now with the rule of not being able to, punt a guy in the left field when you're trying to take him out, there's less urgency, right? So guys stay on the bag a lot to turn double plays. You almost want to draw contact now.
You do. 9-4 Yankees. Pitch is lobbed down the left field line, slicing, foul and out of play. Yeah, and it is 1-2. It's just part of a larger thing we've done in sports, and it's not just baseball. Where in a lot of ways, because we've got all this technology, we're trying to eliminate the human element altogether.
Yeah.
And sports was never meant to be that way. It's why every college basketball game has 10 minutes of reviews at the end.
I think sports gambling is a big part of that, too.
Interesting. 1-2. Pitch. Driven into right field. Abreu over to his left, and it will be caught on the track to end the inning. Leadoff homer by Goldschmidt. Some overzealous bait.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. It was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance.
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball.
I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Cedar Rafaela, now the second baseman to lead it off for the Red Sox. Stay tuned after the game. Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinders. Possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. Now, because the Story strikeout and then Refsnyder as well, they leave the left-hander Hedrick in, which is one of those micro things in a series. You'd love to force the Yankees to use more bullpen arms. 9-4. Cedar takes a high pitch, but of course Duran and Devers do up in this inning, so Aaron Boone plays the numbers and sticks with Hedrick.
All I can think about now that Cedon's at second base is how does this work? I know it's a product of the pinch hits, right? And you only have certain guys that can play the outfield, like guys like Refsnyder and the spots you hit for guys.
But what you mean is how does this work with Roman Anthony?
He hasn't played in the infield at all, and now we're seeing it, and now the brain's going even more on it.
Yep, 2-0 to Cedar. The pitch is pop foul. I mean, we've said this before, Will. He's been better this week, Cedar has.
Yeah.
If you're going to swing there, it has to be right there, and that was a pitch away from him. It's 9-4. Jazz Chisholm is arguing with the third base umpire. He's had himself quite a night. 2-1 is swung on miss. That's not good enough from Rafaela. It's 2-0, and he swings at two balls.
You're down 5. So generally, I mean, I know it's different with every team, but when I was a young player and we're losing by that many, and you can't tie it on that swing, you generally see a strikeout. But every team's run differently.
2-2. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Disappointing for Cedar, one away.
So back to that conversation too with him playing in the infield. I know he didn't grade out well when he played at shortstop. I know how good he is at center field, and honestly, I hate taking him out of center field. But I don't think he's going to grade out worse than Campbell did at second base.
No chance.
He's arguably one of the worst defensive second basemen so far this season.
The numbers say he definitely is. Here's Duran, who takes a strike. Now, there's an argument to be made that says, leave the kid alone. Let him hit ninth every day, play second base Campbell.
Sure.
However, what you're talking about is all these moving parts and puzzle pieces on the roster. 1-0 to Jarren Duran. The pitch is a curveball high. 2-0 again. And here's what it comes down to. There's all these complications, Will. It's simple. Is your overall team and roster better with Roman Anthony on it or not?
And unfortunately, it's June 6th, and it's time to press.
2-0. Duran swings and misses at a slider, and it's 2-1.
Yeah.
It's 9-4. I know these are young players, Will, but aren't you supposed either take a strike or get your one that you can hammer?
Jarren Duran's not a young player. He's not. He's one of the leaders of this team.
I take it back.
He
the
took his
scoreboard
shot.
Had it wrong. It was 1-1. It's now 1-2.
The score it was wrong. You're right.
That is my mistake. 1-2 with one out. Here's the pitch. And it hit him on the right arm. And these Yankees are making a little mess of this in these middle innings. Duran is aboard for Devers. But anyway, that's the decision. Is the offense and the jolt and the upside of scoring runs higher with Anthony or not?
I just think now's the time to take your shot. Because if not, you're going to be 12 games back.
Here's Devers against the lefty. He's hit so well against them this year. The pitch is swung on and missed. He took a shot there and a fastball. And in this ballpark, you get it.
Yeah, it's in the zone. It's middle in.
Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. 0-1. Raffy drills one high and deep into right field. He owns Yankee Stadium. Adios, Carita. Way gone, and it's 9-6.
Hey now, inching back, clawing back, left on left. 419, 104.2 off the bat. That was short porch or not. That's gone everywhere. Continues to be a Yankee killer. That was crushed.
Well, and how big a swing to get those runners in from second and third would have been now. As it is, the Red Sox will most certainly take it. And how about this? Now they're going to pinch hit Christian Campbell for Wilyer Abreu. And you wonder now whether that means Willier's feeling something. You know, he was grimacing in the way that he was. I know it's a left on left. They've let Wilyer hit. Is this the door that opens for Roman Anthony?
Possibly. Yeah, if that is an injury issue, or they were going to the righty there. No, I mean, you know Boone's going to make that.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an eighth-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes.
In this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
All right, Christian Campbell is going to come on to pinch hit here against Fernando Cruz. And again, Alex Cora knows this is going to happen. He's seen Hedrick fall behind hitters 2-0, gives up the bomb to Devers. Abreu's his 3-hole hitter. Here's Campbell, and he takes strike on the inside corner. We don't know anything, but it could mean that Abreu's feeling something. Campbell, wow, is he in a slump? 13 for his last 99 as he takes another strike. Splitter on the inside corner from Fernando Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz throws that splitter about 60% of the time. It's been a good one for him.
What a weird script the Red Sox have been following for a couple weeks now, particularly in this single week. Going 2 to Campbell, down to 222. Narvaez on deck. Long set by Cruz, the pitch. Campbell swings and misses. He's gone at a splitter. I just don't think, especially the way that Campbell's been swinging the bat, that Alex Cora would have made that move. I don't. So now 2 down, and here comes Carlos. To your point earlier, Will, it sure does look like Campbell could use a little reset. 2 down. Here is Carlos. 9-6 on the Devers homer. Pitch is a ball. He's so patient.
Tell you what, that splitter's nasty.
It is.
Cruz. The numbers back it up, too.
7th inning, sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. All 7s after 6-1-7. Boston's go-to injury attorney for 30 years. Carlos swings and misses. There it is again.
I mean, you don't see swings like that from Narvaez. I mean, the 161 batting average against, this thing just disappears.
And the Red Sox fell behind 7-0 in this game. 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. If only they could get a good start. Offense is trying its very best. 1-1. Toro on deck. He'd be next. The pitch is called a strike. Splitter top of the zone, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch way inside. That's Splitter. He's just throwing all of them. Why not?
I mean, it almost has the depth of a breaking ball.
What do you do as a right-handed hitter against a right-handed splitter?
You got to see it up. Almost treat it like a knuckleball.
2-2 to Carlos Narvaez. 2 down, top 7. The pitch is high. That should have been called a strike.
I mean, that fooled everybody.
And that was the one you're talking about, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. The rule with a knuckleball, see it high, let it fly. See it low, let it go.
Wow.
I mean, this thing just kind of wobbles out of his hand, and that one starts up above the zone and got every bit of it. You'll take it.
3-2 to Carlos. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on a miss. He got him. Pitch too late. Fastball. That's so difficult. 95 there. And the inning is over. The Red Sox do get a homer on Devers.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion.
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings, only on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Professional-grade products he needs, from Voltage.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper!
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him. These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary.
Chill without breaking the bank. And when your crew is running on empty, keep your wallet full while refreshing the squad.
Don't just pass the vibe check. Ace it with drinks like Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, or any size soft drink for $1.39. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
On we go into the bottom of the seventh. Everybody's stretched out here. DJ LeMahieu lead off for the Yankees. Fresh, delicious, and now on sale. Mangoes and Haas avocados at Shaw's and Star Market. Today, pick up fresh mangoes or Haas avocados, 79 cents each. When you use the digital coupon, limit 6. Shaw's and Star Market. It's a supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. All right, here we go. More defensive changes for the Red Sox. Campbell is now at second base. Cedon back to center field. Refsnyder in right field and Duran back in left. It's a messy lineup card for Alex Cora as Criswell misses upstairs with a fastball 1-1.
Trying to look in the dugout, see if I see Willier. I don't see him.
1-1 is up and away. By the way, the Worcester Red Sox had an incredible video of Roman Anthony sitting on the bench in their dugout with fireworks blasting off, watching Marcelo Meyer's first home run.
That's awesome.
2-1 is launch foul on the first base side, now to play. We hope to see him in person here tomorrow.
Been saying that for a while.
Yep. Remains true.
All right, look, this isn't a thing where you're like, Roman's going to save the season.
No,
but he can be a part of the solution.
2-2. Criswell throws, and a hard ground ball on the left side under the glove of Story. That was into the 5.5 hole. Again, it's getting utterly out of control. I know DJ LeMahieu's not your average 9-hole
hitter. A couple batting titles.
But still.
He's not that guy anymore.
8 and 9 hitters tonight have been on base 4 times. Not good enough. By the way, Criswell, were it not for the ridiculous base running of Jazz Chisholm and some good fortune, he's been getting hit hard in his couple innings. And now real trouble as Grisham digs in with Judge on deck. Again, one of the many things, and again, the bullpen is not the reason this season is where it is. But whether it's a starter or the relief corps, one of the things the Red Sox have struggled so badly to do is get shutdown innings. Seems like every time they score, they give it right back. Here's a softly hit ball to second, under the glove of Campbell. Into the outfield, that's a base hit. Cedon's going to throw behind, and Trevor just can't stay on the bag.
It's a bad throw.
Man, they had him dead to rights.
Yeah, Cedon came up ready to throw to third. Eyes were down on the ball. When he looked up, he realized he needed to redirect this ball to second base. Just footwork wasn't there, and it was a wide throw. Trevor did a good job of gloving it, but no chance to put the tag on the runner.
Regular field, they got him on a big break. That was so little range from Campbell at second base.
Well, he was shaded way over in the 4-hole. He had a long ways to go on that one. But to your point, you at least like to see a dive, something.
Here we go. And maybe one more time, Aaron Judge is trying to put this game to bed. 2-1, none out. 9-6 Yankees. Pitch. Line drive into center field. Right at Cedon, though. He's there to make the play. You exhale. 1 down. Whew. Take 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All right, here's Cody Bellinger, Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks. It's been another wild one here for the Red Sox, and so much like many before this season, and especially this week. 2 on, 1 out for Bellinger. He's doubled his 1 for 4, and Criswell misses outside. Criswell cannot hang one of those sliders here. If he does, this is an awful matchup in this park.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking, two-seamer, change-ups away. I don't like anything into Bellinger here, not at 88 miles an hour.
1-0. The pitch is grounded foul. Well, that was low enough, a change-up. And it is 1-1.
Bellinger, another one of those lefties, loves the ball down. And if you groove one down and in, to your point, that slider, he feasts on those.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out. 9-6 Yankees in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch, swinging a foul. Another cambio.
See,
It's 1-2. The results of our poll from the New England Chevy dealers are coming up. The question of the day. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers, too, on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Ian Hamilton and one other bullpen arm up for the Yankees. 1-2. Sort of that modified Polish double play alignment. Here's a soft ground ball foul. Another change up, and it stays 1-2.
Hold the string again. You know, I know Criswell doesn't have a lot of velocity, but after 3 changeups, just a good old fastball away could do the job right here.
1-2. Sits up on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch is grounded toward first, and Fowler went back to the changeup, and they seem to have a plan here.
Well, the thing is, hitters like this, hitters who've been good in this league, they adjust in at bats, pitch to pitch. You see that many of the same pitch, you start to get in tune with it. Change it up a little bit right here.
9-6 Yankees, 2 on, 1 out to the always dangerous Bellinger. The 1-2 is a, ground ball to third. Toro, gloves on the run. He throws to first in time. That's a good job there by Toro. Not an easy play. Bellinger couldn't check his swing. He grounded it softly to the left of the mound, and the Red Sox get a big second out.
One way to blow somebody up with 87 is throw them 5 changeups in a row, and then 87 feels like 95.
And here's the thing, Will, that you played this game. You were great at it. You're saying all these things, and so much more often than not, sequencing that you are suggesting is working when you go with a fastball. Second and third with 2 down. Here's Goldschmidt, and he swings and misses at a changeup. That was close. That was a fastball swing, I guess, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, not a big speed difference between the 2-seamer and the changeup. We're looking at 87, 88 versus 83 with the changeup.
9-6, big spot still. Second and third, the pitch is line foul. Man alive. Changeup down and in. It sort of sawed Goldschmidt off. 0-2, what now?
I mean, fastball in is always good here. I breaking ball down and away. You've seen him flick the ball out to right. You got to be real careful. It doesn't take a lot.
They set up in. The 0-2 is a fastball away. I think that was kind of a deke by Carlos Narvaez. It looked like that's sort of where he wanted to throw it.
Totally, yeah. If you set up too early, you have these guys with Grisham at second base can give signs to Goldschmidt to let him know where he's setting up. So that's why you see the late movement.
1-2. Criswell, big pitch. Here it is. And it is swung on and missed. He got him. Cut fastball. Really nicely done by Criswell to pitch out of a huge jam. Yankees.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me!
Hurricane bottom!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your network.
On we go into the 8th inning. The Red Sox are doing what they've done. They claw back into this game. They still trailed by 3, 9-6. Jonathan Loaizaga, just back from elbow surgery, facing Abraham Toro to begin the 8th inning. The pitch is right there, a strike. He's had a long and distinguished career out of the Yankee bullpen.
I'll tell you what, he's still, even after elbow surgery, he's going to average 96, 97 with a really good two-seamer. You saw he's got that really good arm side run on it.
0-1 to Toro. He's walked and singled. He takes a ball to the backstop. This batting order, Toro, Romy, and Story, brought to you by Herb Chambers, Jaguar Boston, and Jaguar Sudbury. Toro's been such a useful player for the Red Sox.
He really has.
1-1 pitch, way outside that. Too much arm side run, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, and what's tough with Loaizaga for left-handed batters is that sinker starts middle in and it runs away. But you have to tell yourself, I have to see it in to be a good pitch, but then the breaking ball down and in can get you.
2-1. Pitch is high in the air to left center field. A long run back into his right for Grisham, and he's not going to get there. It bounces off the track and over the wall for an automatic double for Abraham Toro.
Ho-hum, another 2-for-3 day. No big deal. For a guy that starts in AAA, you know what? We saw him in spring training, and we're thinking, that's a good ball player. That'd be a good depth guy. Little did we know Tristan Casas was going to blow out a knee, and then he was going to end up being Romy got hurt, and he gets these opportunities to play. He's been a really important player here lately.
Speaking of Romy, here he is. Gotta cash in the leadoff double. 9-6 Yankees. The pitch is a check swing. Did he go? The home plate umpire, Mark Wagner, says yes, and that's strike one. Romy doubled the ball down the left field line. Actually score that a single and say he moved up to second on the throw. Loaizaga ready. The pitch is grounded on the left side. Not going to get the job done. The shortstop, Volpe, has it. Throws to first in time. It's actually Peraza who's the shortstop. So Romy does not get the job done in this case. And now, with Toro stuck on second and one down, here's Trevor Story. Against Loaizaga, Trevor has only had one at bat. It was a hit. He had a huge strikeout with second and third and one out back in the 6th inning, did Trevor. Another opportunity here. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. He was looking fastball, got a curveball, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, for righties, I mean, with all that arm side run, you really have to see him out away from me. You got to pick up that spin out of the hand.
Red Sox futility with runners in scoring position, one of the real plots of this year. Here's a line drive into left field that hangs up for Bellinger. He got a little bit jammed there. And it is out number 2. Bring up Rob Refsnyder.
And Trevor just missed making this a one-run game. But that two-seamer, good swing on it. It just missed the sweet spot enough to get caught right there in front of the trap.
Now, you would have loved that exact swing back in the 6th. Instead, it's in the 8th. And now here's Refsnyder. So if they can cash in the leadoff double. Now 2 outs for Rob. Of course, came up with the Yankees.
Drafted by them in 2012.
He's got a lot of buddies in the system. The pitch is outside. Of course, it's been a while since he was here. Called a strike. But he's close with Judge and several of the other remaining players that he came through the minor leagues with. 0-1. 9-6 Yankees in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Refsnyder grounds it up the middle, caught by the pitcher, Loaizaga. He runs it most of the way to first, and Horseshoe flips it to the bag. Inning over, leadoff double, nothing more. 9-6 to the bottom of the 8th we go. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB
9-6. Yankees. Here's a pitch that is a little bit outside. It's interesting to see whether or not Devin Williams gets up in the Yankee bullpen. I guess that'll depend on what the offense does here. But, the Red Sox in the ninth inning, Cedon, Duran, and Devers. The 1-0 is looped into right field. Refsnyder back at the track at the wall. He's there just in front of it to make the play. One down. 5 runs in the first, 2 in the second for the Yankees. Red Sox fought back with 1 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth. But solo homer by Paul Goldschmidt made it 8-4. And then a 2-run Raffy blast in the seventh. Williams is back as the closer for the Yankees after the injury to Luke Weaver. Here is Jason Dominguez, and he loops one foul down the right field line. I mean, for all of those, by the way, and I know Lou Merlone said this in his little walk at Logan Airport this morning, talking about how people get it so wrong about whether or not Alex Cora is showing urgency. Look at the box score tonight. Come on. He pinch hit Refsnyder and Romy, and he's brought Campbell off the bench. Here's the 0-1. High fly down the left field line. Foul and out of play.
That's the thing, is you're like, oh, well, he's taking pitchers out at 85 pitches in the fourth. Yeah, because he's bringing out a leverage guy to face the top of the lineup, because that's exactly what urgency is.
0-2 to Jason Dominguez. The pitch is swung on and missed. Nice job there by Criswell, and very quickly 2 down. I would think, Will, I really would, that the Yankees will be inclined to get their closer up in a 3-run game. And they do. All right.
They probably view this as a really good game to get him in. 3-run lead.
Except he's going to face Devers third in this ballpark. Here is a broken backgrounder off the mound. Shortstop Story. Gloves, throws to first just in time. Nicely done. And the inning is over. Nice job there by Criswell. 1-2-3 inning. Got to get base runners on in front of Raffy as we come back. It'll be Cedon, Duran, and Devers and the Shaws.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard.
Watch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Save situations, other than the fact that after Cedon, you'll see the heart of the Red Sox order. Of course, due up 4th in this inning is Christian Campbell because of what we think is an injury to Willier Brain. I just think Alex is thinking so far ahead in this game. He would have predicted this kind of a situation too. Here is Cedon. 0 for 3 tonight. Williams has been erratic. Got crushed early in the season. The pitch to Cedon is swung on and missed. That's that airbender changeup of his. I mean, he got bludgeoned. Lost his job as the closer, a 6.35 ERA. They gave it to Weaver, but Weaver's hurt. And so here's Williams once again. 0-1. Pitch way outside. He's been all over the place.
Yeah, his walk percentage is about 12%, which is super high, especially for a closer.
And for a guy in Cedon leading off in a 3-run game, that tells you what his mindset should be. Find good pitches to hit. The 1-1 is a bunt attempt foul.
I don't hate it.
No kidding.
You said it. Need base runners. Use that speed. You're facing a guy you're not comfortable. I know he has not been at his best. But I love that Jazz was playing nearly back on the grass at the outfield.
Way back. 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Red Sox. 9-14-0 for the Yanks. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Let's make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers, and celebrate the night with Keno and the Mass State Lottery. Must be 18 years or older to play. 1-2. Pitch to Cedon. Is a soft ground ball on the left side. Peraza, the shortstop, has it. Throw to first is, they say, in time. I think the Red Sox will definitely look. That was very close. They'll look into the replay room with Mike Brenly, and they will not check it. Man, bang, bang.
He was getting down the line. It wasn't a dribbler by any means. I mean, his foot was in the air, probably 3 inches above the bag when it was caught by Goldschmidt, but Cedon really getting down the line right there. You said it. Need base runners. Try to get guys on for Devers.
That is such a big out.
Totally.
It means Raffy cannot come up as the tying run. So Williams is the Yankees' 5th pitcher. Base is empty. 1 down, top 9. Here's Duran. The pitch is high with a fastball. He was hit by a pitch last time. Before that, tripled into the right field corner. He scored 2 runs. One of them came on the Devers blast in the 7th. 1-0 to Duran. Pitch is way outside. Again, instead of Abreu after Devers, Campbell is next if the inning gets that far. And then Narvaez. You'd really like Duran to be super patient here.
Yeah.
2-0.
Williams, yeah.
Pitch is a ball. That's a changeup that was nowhere near the zone, and it's 3-0.
It's just interesting he's throwing that in a 2-0 count, up 3.
He has to take here. Duran does. 3-0. Devers waits on deck. The pitch is inside. It hit him. He's plunked for the second time. Well, this is the Devin Williams we've been hearing about. He is way off tonight. And with 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Devers.
I mean, that's not. I mean, it's 2. I mean, the 2-0 changeup way pulled in. That one is fastball, just like almost like he was aiming for Duran. It was so far in.
Devers has never seen him. But he does now. Chance to make it a 1-run game. But really, the idea here, no matter what, just move the line, get on base. 9-6 Yankees, 1 out, 1 on in the top of the 9th inning. The pitch is swung on and missed. Man alive, he was thinking about it. Ripped at a fastball, and he looks to the heavens.
He was looking for the fastball, too. I know the airbender is the pitch he goes to the most, but Devin Williams trying to trick him right there. Devers right there thinking along with him, looking for the fastball. That was just a well-executed one.
Well, the pitch he hit out was a high fastball. 0-1. Here it is. Rafi skies one into shallow left field with the hang up for Bellinger, a little bit off the end of the bat. And Cody's there to make the play. Red Sox down to their last out. 46,783 here this evening. Attendance brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Whether you're craving fresh hand-breaded chicken or chicken tenders, all breast meat, fried chicken sandwiches, and nuggets, Crispy Crunchy Chicken delivers. All right, here's Christian Campbell. 2 down, 1 on, 3-run Yankee lead. Jaron's going to take the bag on a difference. The pitch to Campbell is a strike on the outside corner. Change up. Jaron's going to get in the cold tub tonight. Hit on the arm, hit on the leg, running all over the place.
Well, not much padding either. He's all muscle.
Campbell will step out, call time. As usual after strike 1. Now, just in case the Red Sox get Chapman up, Garrett Crochet is scheduled to start tomorrow night here at Yankee Stadium. 0-1. Pitch. Campbell takes the ball. How cool would it be to get Carlos Narvaez up as the tying run? Oh. Campbell struck out as a pinch hitter. Back in the 7th inning. Runner at second, 2 down. The 1-1 is right there. Change up and a strike 2 to Christian Campbell and everybody up at Yankee Stadium. Devin Williams looks to second. He throws. Campbell takes strike 3 called on the outside corner, and the ball game is over. Walker Buehler gave up 7 over 2, and in the end, the Red Sox just could not overcome that. 9-6, the Yankees win Game 1, and Boston now 10.5 games back in the AL East.
They just look. They didn't deserve to win that from square one, right? They did their best to fight back in this one. Best they could, at least, but you just have to start at some point getting better starts. You're just not giving yourself a chance.
There's a lot to pick through in this game. Maybe a potential injury to Wilyer Abreu. What does that mean for the roster? What do they do in the starting rotation, much less the bullpen after they